Anyway, um, welcome to the invasion session 53, I think. It is 53, yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. It is the 9th of June, not July, June.
It's quite silly, really.
Yeah, it's a silly month. I'm 21, and I'm Ryan, the GM. Here are the players.
Hello, I am Tom. I have given up on my right hand, and today I will be playing Ilkris, the barbarian elf. And yeah, just happy to be here.
Good.
Good evening, my name is Alexander, and tonight I'll be playing Fleabite the Steven, who's still pretty terrible at everything.
Good evening, all. I am Chris. I will be playing Thoden, who is the Goliath cleric, Tempest cleric of the group.
Hello is a song recorded by English singer-songwriter Adele, released in... Sorry, yes, hello, I am Colin. I will be playing Vanger. He is a dwarven, clericy, druidy guy, person.
From the other side.
Love it.
Yeah. And arguably, that's a
Remember
twofer.
when Adele got thin and that was controversial for some reason?
I don't remember this, but I didn't really follow celebrity news. So...
I think that was the point at which I decided that I hate the young.
Okay. So, speaking of hating young, what do you remember from
Yes.
last time?
Young.
Two
Me
giants.
getting punched a lot.
Yeah, the Giants were strong.
Yeah.
Perhaps unsurprisingly.
I remember the time where you thought it was critting to 80 damage and everybody was like, holy fuck, that
I
was
was
nice knowing
very
you.
upset by that, and then I
Mm.
realised because you told me that I'd forgotten how crit worked.
No, like, you thought it worked the way you thought. Don't worry. Like, you saw it and went, oh, that's bad if that's doubling. It's just the tricksiness of it doubling
Yeah,
the dice.
sometimes my brain doesn't work.
That's fine. We all have those moments.
Mostly it works extremely well. It's noted as among the finest.
So, Tom, unrelated, but
By many
I've been watching a lot of Parks and Rec again, and
Okay.
a
yeah,
lot of
I
it
was-
has reminded me of you.
Wait, why?
So, what do you remember from last time?
I was trying to think of a Parks and Rec joke and I had nothing. I remember two giants. They were pretty giant.
Two giants.
I'm still just pretty chuffed at that Parks and Rec compliment. I took that very well. Yeah, two giants. Thoden has put up his not storm wall, sorry, the mad ice wall thing.
Not Sleet Storm. It was a storm.
Sleet storm.
Mhm.
Okay, I was basically right. So he's put that up as well. I do remember specifically. I am still in it. I feel like Thoden has came out it, or is a maybe just came out it. Vanger's out it. Fleabite is on the kind of next little ramp up. if
He's
that
on the
makes
next
sense.
level.
Yeah, he's on a whole different level for us. And yeah, the fight is not going too well. But yep.
Yeah.
That'll change.
I mean, it might end. You're right. Anything else that happened last time, or are we good? Because, I mean, you did try and negotiate passage. Very proud of you all for your non-murder hobo-ish ways. Trust me. It's just a shame that we then decided to switch tactics, and then the advantage intimidation check went so bad, but really fun for people that enjoy combat. So,
This is what happens when you trust people who aren't dwarves. I mean, honestly.
wow. A lot of people so far, in fact, in this game. Right, so goals that are in place currently. We have. Tell me the goals, people.
Reach the city of Barris.
Okay.
Decide the fate of the dragon egg.
Okay.
Investigate the mountain for info on the blood prince or the Watcheres.
Watcheres.
And I'm going to let somebody else read that last one because I always pronounce the
Get
name
closure
wrong.
for Eric.
I was going to say lyric.
Think earache. And that's it.
Oh, that's
I
quite
was thinking
neat.
think Eric, but
Yeah, exactly. Like that too. Yep. Right, personal goals. Fleabite, what's your personal goal?
To fashion some cold weather gear from mountain fauna.
Yeah. Eltris?
Find purpose in life with gifts I have been given.
It's not like a huge goal at all, is it? Vanger?
Get party up top of Big Rock with none dead.
I thought you were just going to say get party started, is where I thought you were going to
Yeah,
go with
get
that.
the party started with none of them dead.
I will now be playing Will I Am.
Oh, okay. Big ask, yeah. And Thoden?
look for a place to possibly relocate upon the mountain.
Yeah. So, with all of that said, let's jump back into where we left off.
See, before we do that, can I throw in a D&D joke?
I mean, sure.
What is a D&D cleric's favourite car manufacturer?
I do not know.
Ford, because I've never seen a cleric without their focus.
Huh. That's
Okay,
funny.
that works.
It's alright. I think it might work better.
Is it General Motors? Sorry.
It's, I feel, though, that the concept of cars and D&D is a bad mix. But I'll give you the laugh anyway. Ha ha! It's for you, Thoden. And I also feel like clerics use holy symbols as a focus, whereas an arcane focus is used by like.
I never wrote the joke.
So
I
like,
just read
I
it.
feel like you could say sorcerer's favorite car, and it would work a wee bit better. Or a wizard's favorite car. Maybe.
Or Tom's least favourite car because the ADHD means he has no focus. No.
See? There we go.
Plenty of Fiesta. That means party, right? Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. That's a Fiesta I've got.
Yep, it is indeed.
I've got an I don't drive. It's much like not having a car in that it is not having that. I don't have it.
In fact, was there not a point, Ryan, where we all had Fiestas? There was like 4 of us that all had a Fiesta.
At least 4. Yeah, at least
Yeah.
4. Maybe even
Nice.
5.
300.
That was real fun.
Yeah, I still have my Fiesta.
So yeah, love it.
Me too. That one that cost me lots of money to fix, but when it doesn't do that, it's great. So,
Can I go wrong with a Fiesta?
got the aforementioned sales pitch we just gave it there. So, Ford, when do you want to pay me all that advertising money? That'd be great.
Ford,
Okay, thanks.
Their cars are finished.
It sounds like it's such a threat.
You want a complete car? Go to Ford.
This is just you doing sound bites now. I love it. Anyway,
yeah,
let's
wouldn't that be great? People would definitely.
go back into a fight.
They'd love it.
Would they though?
Oh yeah, sure.
Zoom. I did try and find a higher res of this map. It didn't exist, sadly. Not for the
It's
graphics budget that
funky,
we're
though. I
on.
think I'm going to do the zoom in, zoom out trick.
I would highly
I
recommend it.
thought for a
Okay.
second I was doing it in the stream, and then I just realised it was lagging slightly.
Yeah, I just done the zoom in and I zoomed right into the giant, and it's actually kind of scary.
But they're very ugly, the giants. I mean, no offense, they are.
Yeah.
He's got my hairline, but with a less fashionable haircut.
Zoom and enhance.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I've got quite a bad hairline as well. Just not a giant, but bad hairline.
That's because you look how far back mine's goes. Anyway, so I believe we have a turn order somewhere. There we go, Wabamzo.
Oh, I'm me.
Funny that.
How did I make that not be the case again? Remind
So-
me, Ryan?
At the bottom of the chat it says as.
So it does.
Select your
indeed.
character.
As much as I like that picture.
Yeah.
Mine isn't like clearing up at all. Oh, I've just been kicked out.
That kind of answered itself.
What about this?
Did you hit back or something? Is that what you did?
I don't know what I clicked. I was too busy like zooming in and out, and I think I might have clicked something like by accident as I was zooming.
Also, hey Diamond Knight 72, welcome as per usual, and also
Good evening.
Grumpy. It's a person with like their hand up as if saying hello.
Ah,
Right.
I will see it.
I
Warning
only
if
found
you
that out like last week, by the way. I just kind of caught on. I was like, oh, that's what everyone's doing.
Ah,
do that,
What's
Yes.
happening?
make like a moonwalking emoji. Like it is a lot more jovial than you might expect.
I am so confused. What's happening? He's moonwalking. Everyone's got their
Kylo
hands
Ren.
up.
Is the answer.
Kylo Ren.
Yeah, it's the answer.
Sadly, it is. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't understand, and I don't want to.
It's okay.
That's some aliens in the.
Uh, how is there no GIF of this? How like? Oh, there we go. I got you. There we go.
Chat. Yeah. That's
Yeah, he moonwalks and
I really
I
like
know.
that film. It's a shame about the. Actually, no, I didn't mind any of them. To be honest with you, but yeah.
they were all movies. That's my review, and let's not get me distracted by that conversation. Iltris,
Hello.
sure go. Yeah. Remember all that tension we had moments ago, and by that I mean like a bit ago. Like just go right back into that. Well, bam, tension.
Oh, there's giants. Let's see. Right, so I'm still in my rage.
How long does your rage last again? Is there not rules to that?
Over a week.
Yeah,
That's funny.
until
Take
the end
100
of
points
the
of
next
damage.
session.
That's actually quite a bad rule, to be fair, at the end of the next session, because combats have taken 3 sessions before.
Please last 1 minute.
Yeah, I was going to say 1 minute. It ends early if you're knocked unconscious or if your turn ends and you
Why
haven't
is it not
attacked
on the
hostile
tracker?
creature.
So let me get this into the
Um,
tracker, because it really should be in there.
How long is a minute in game though? Like how
10
long
turns.
is that?
So,
10 turns.
yeah.
60 seconds.
So, yeah, don't be that guy. It's so each kind of like round takes 6 seconds, right?
But they both are and are not happening simultaneously.
Correct. Which is
Sounds
dumb.
very Alice in Wonderlandy.
400 damage, Alexander. Not even Fleabite, just Alexander. Fucking cycles, get your cycles out of here. So, yeah. I'm just going to put it at 9 turns for now because I can't be bothered working out how many turns there have actually been. I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So let's get the session kicked off with
Gun.
my storm aura.
Okay?
Yes, I'm not going to tell you not to do it this time because there's nothing to stop you doing it this time.
So I'm just going to throw that into the chat just so it's there, okay?
Could you use it after your action
Okay,
last
so
time?
you
Did you do that? I don't
can't
remember.
use it.
I can't use it.
No. You
Right.
cannot see.
Can't see.
Oh, I can't see because this sleep storm. Oh, Chris.
You mean Thoden?
No, I'm angry with Chris right now, not Doden. Oh no, right. Cool beans. The only thing that I can really do then, unfortunately, is literally just my little double attack with my greatsword, I suppose.
Can you do that while you can't see?
What's the orange pip for? Was that reckless attack? Or was that for something else?
I feel like that was reckless because I done my last attack reckless.
Right, so I'm going to unpip you for that because I know what that is, so that can go away now.
Yeah. And I've got another pip on for my rage that's on at the moment.
And rage is fine, that gets us to. Yeah. So, You can attack reckless because then that would give you a normal attack against them. Right? Because at the moment, attacking them right now would be with disadvantage.
Let's see. Yeah, so I'd have. Aye, right. Okay, right. Let's go reckless again. Can we put the little orange pip back on me?
Yes, you can.
Right. Let's do that. 2 wee seconds, and we're going orange. Yeah.
And then type into the chat orange equals reckless so that we know what the pips are for.
Equals.
Something I always mean to get people to do and I always forget.
Would you have to? I
Complete the thought. Would you have to what?
So when you attack someone that is blind, you have advantage.
Right.
If you are blind,
Yeah.
when you attack, you have disadvantage.
Oh my god.
Cancel each other out, surely.
That's a good point.
No, that is a good point. And how tall is this cylinder, technically?
Oh, jeez. 20 feet, I'm sure it said. Just a second, I'll check.
You definitely said.
20-foot tall cylinder with a 40-foot radius.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair, right? I think that is fair. Because technically it would be blind. Let me double check. Yeah, no, I think that's fine. Yeah, so you wouldn't need to go reckless if you didn't want to.
If I did go reckless, and I'd have advantage, and would
No.
they still have?
You would
no.
not. So,
Right.
at the moment, I've unpipped you. So,
Thanks.
you're at disadvantage because you're blind. But you're attacking something else that is blind, which would normally give you advantage. Right? I am sure there is a caveat to that, but let me go double check. 5e blind attacking blind. What a strange thing.
How do the blind leading the blind, not the blind attacking the blind?
Surely that would happen quite a lot.
Yeah.
Blind
Yeah,
people
everyone fights.
Let's have a look. When two people fight blindly, in our case it has two people fighting in smoke, each fighter is considered to have the blinded condition. Blinded condition means that attacks made by a blinded person have disadvantage, and attacks made at the blind person are made with advantage, so by being blinded, individual attacks are made normal. It's a little weird, but everybody's on the same level because you're fighting the same. Yeah, no, that all looks fine. Yep.
Okay, so I can do my extra attack thing just now with my greatsword and just do it.
Well, you can take your
normal, you know.
attack as an action, and it would be a normal roll. But it cannot benefit from advantage or disadvantage because it's already subject to both.
Right. Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
Cool.
When they're both present,
Okay.
nothing changes. Yeah. Good catch, Alexander.
Easily. Typical
Um,
Skaven to spot such a thing.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's just go for my greatsword then, just do my extra attack then. Yeah. I'm just looking to see what else is here.
All the boys to...
Aye, just going to go in with my greatsword, okay?
Okay.
Boom.
Okay. Oh, she got.
It's probably a mess.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not going to go in with my greatsword. Probably because I'm blinded.
You gonna take your extra attack now?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
It did get better though. These are obviously test swings. Man.
And then just before I finish, I'm trying to think: is it worthwhile? Kind of, obviously, Thoden's kind of head went back out of the sleet storm. Is it kind of maybe worthwhile to do the same?
I don't know, you tell me. Like,
Oh, I don't know either.
who are you asking there? Like, God,
I'm
help?
I think I'm asking a bit of both. I think I'm asking myself, like, rhetorically, because I know fine well it probably is a good idea, but I'm like, am I going to do the good idea? And to that, I say no. I'm just going to stay here, and that'll be my job done.
Job done.
Okay, yeah, job's done.
I think. Yeah.
That's fine by me if you want to do that. Yep.
Yep, let's do it.
Okay.
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 So I presume because I can't see into that, I cannot make a ranged attack.
Sure. You may presume that.
Would he be presuming it correctly?
Sure.
And I presume his head isn't poking out the top, so I can't.
No,
that either.
that's why I asked about the height thing.
Yeah.
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 Like, they are, what are they, 3 across? So they're at best 15-ish tall. And the ish does not cover 5 extra feet in a bit, sadly. Not even with his arms raised.
Okay, then some moving, I guess.
Plus, there is,
I guess probably
I was gonna
try
say
and think.
there's a lot of you hiding, and obviously trying to keep out of things like this guy. Oh, why did that not go in my? There we go. This guy's like line of sight. So I imagine trying that and then having this appear is probably made sure you've lost track of where anybody in here is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I'll probably just think to Vanger and just try and say, does use Great Storm to run round side, yes?
And he's going to take from that you're suggesting to take advantage of the storm to just run away up the side, yeah?
You could just reply.
Take it as you wish.
He's good. Well, yeah, he probably doesn't go internally. You know what? He does go internally. I'm not sure I'll be able to come up after you. Because you climbed, didn't you?
Mhm.
Quite nimbly. I mean, I could, I suppose, transform and do that, but that leaves the other guys, which he probably also thinks.
Yeah, well, while we're both pondering that, I think Fleabite will try and climb. I guess just straight up to here.
Sure.
Or is that a climbable?
You cannot win through trigonometry.
Trigonometry.
So it'd be 30 to get you to there. And I need your check as well. Your mathletics check. Maybe we're getting that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, is
Always think out loud.
it worth doing, breaking the ultimate sin and casting a spell?
Yes. I mean, you also can still see this guy. If you actually step out.
Oh, right. Yes, because he is above it.
Yeah.
If I'm up on this, that little square, would
Sure.
that be in his sight range, or is that still behind enough of those rocks?
No, you would be inside of each other. You'd need to re-hide because you've already moved. Right? Or you will have moved, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you can go there and re-hide, if that makes sense.
I'm just trying to think if the actual economics of using action to cast spell over just using action to dash.
So, my advice would be using something to contribute to the fight would help. Although there is also the case that if you still make it through this, you're still the original member that got past them.
Yeah.
Even if they all die here. It depends what your goal is. Is it survive this encounter regardless of who dies? Or is it remove the threat. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't really care how that's achieved. But that's, you know, arguably, that's really what you're up against. Because from a metagaming point of view, how many hits do you think Eltris and Thoden can take?
More than flea bite.
I mean,
Mhm.
you'd be surprised at the way it's been going.
To be fair, I've been hit by a boulder and a great club. I'm
And
still standing.
and you could hellish rebuked that, to be fair.
Hmm.
Yeah, a rock. Oh,
It's kind of amazing though, but it is just technically like penance from your patron, really, isn't it? How dare you hit my peon? So what's the thoughts? What are we thinking? You're just trying to work it out.
I was just trying to see if there's space that I could
No, you would be blinded in
attack
there.
that. Sorry?
You would be blinded as soon as you step in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, standing just the wrong place.
So, okay. So if you could get above your height, if you could get like, you know, yourself, if you stood here and somehow then managed to levitate up, say, additional 5 feet, you'd be above it. Because remember, this is obviously getting higher.
I think.
I think ironically being something like 7 foot would have helped you here.
What?
Said being 7 foot would have helped you because if you standing here you would have been above it.
Yeah, being.
So,
I'm just considering.
We've got analysis process. What are your actual options? What's option 1?
Go like up here to then try and get a better shot at things going on down here.
Okay, so you won't be able to see into that
At the moment, yeah.
at all while that's up.
Mhm.
Right? You can get a shot on this guy from like where you like if you move out of your cover, and also like anywhere up here really. All of that can get a shot on that guy. But nothing. But you'll also not see anything in here from anywhere because they are completely encased in the block of you can't see. So it wouldn't matter if you were like up on that ridge. It's not like you're looking in past a wall. The whole area cannot see. So, what is plan A? So, get up here, and then what? Or like get up to this level, and then what? Attack or move?
Attack, but as you say, I don't think I'll be able to really contribute anything to the fight from there.
Okay. What is your longest range spell? Or your longest ranged attack?
Like melee? 60 foot.
Okay, that's your longest range you've got access to out of all of your spells.
No, but it's my like min-maxed best one.
I never asked for that.
I have 120 on the long range of the sling.
Right, okay. So, that's still a chance versus nothing. So in terms of min-maxing, nothing versus potentially something is the best odds.
But could I then move into
I'm also about to skip your turn. So
then
make a decision.
In that case, I will. I will climb.
Okay. Make your roll.
Hard.
Fine, perfect, you're there. Move yourself up. Get rid of your T-Rex unless you're about to do that check next. Okay, what's step 2?
Step 2 is draw, slip, and attack that guy.
Okay, yep.
And it's long range, so that means it's disadvantage.
Yep. You don't have sharpshooter, do you?
Not anymore. Oh.
Oh, not ideal.
No.
Do you have channel points?
Okay. Then I would like to move here.
Okay, with cunning action. To dash.
No, just my movement.
You've used 30, have you got more?
I have 35.
Okay, perfect. There you go.
And then cunning action hide.
Give me your stealth. Nice. Obviously,
Let's
flip
keep my
it.
T-Rex then.
Yeah, you may keep your T-Rex. Yep. But yeah, it's some people definitely got gifts. Like Scott from Friday's game can always make concentration or just constitution saves full stop. He was always good at them. Adri from the same game, animal handling was her one skill she was always blessed with. Seems like yours is stealth. It's not bad. Obviously, lock picking, very specifically, sleight of hand checks and stuff was Adair's. Nothing else though. Very specifically, nothing else for him. Right. Okay. So.
Oh.
Man, he needs to make a check.
Oy.
That's fine. Well. Guy up here obviously notices a rock smack off, the side. A pebble of sorts. Looks over this way, doesn't see a thing. And then peruses this clusterfuck. And the only thing he can see would be dwarf.
That's very rude.
Yeah. So
Sorry, this whole thing doesn't impede his view.
no, we discussed that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Read over it.
I mean,
it does not at all. It's going to be a disadvantage regardless because of how far away you are. We're bam. Look at that.
well, there
Any
you
dwarven trickery you want to employ?
No.
Okay. A big rock hits you.
23.
Yeah.
37 I am not on. I didn't see that.
And you should stop saying that. But yeah, so we are on to Burden.
Hey guys.
Mm.
How
So,
we do?
Your spell. It's a
Yeah.
concentration spell, but you don't have it pipped. Shouldn't you be pipped? You should be pipped.
It was pipped.
Weird.
I was about to say I'm going to drop it.
Okay.
I'm going to stop concentrating on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sort of make things worse.
yeah.
You want to do that? Is that what you're officially doing on your turn?
Yeah, but what would that then entail? What would I need to do for that?
What do you mean to drop concentration?
Just stop thinking about it, essentially. Ooh, tree type thing.
Let's see if I can get you the exact wording. It should be on that.
I don't think it says it. I looked at it, it didn't say. It just says.
Where are we here? Casting a spell? Nope. Where's the concentration? Is it on here, in fact? I don't know if it is actually on here. Casting a spell. No, concentrating on the spell isn't there. I just want to get you the exact wording because I'm pretty sure it's a free action, but
Okay.
In the cast a spell action bit.
yeah, so you can end the concentration at any time, no action required.
Okay.
It's just it.
Well, I'm gonna do that.
The reason why that wording's important is because, let me repeat it to you, at any time, no action required. Yeah.
Okay. Concentration again. Two seconds, I'm just looking through just for.
What? Like, hit me up with what your thoughts are. Think out loud.
Well, I'm not going to let you, and I'll be honest. Last session, see, because obviously the spells weren't pipped for you to see them. The ones that I'm using, like the DS spells. I wasn't sure I could use them, which is literally the reason why I used Fleet Storm. Because I thought that was the only spell that one of the only spells that would be effective. Somewhat.
I mean, it was effective. Just not in the way I think you hoped.
Yes. So because of that, that's what I thought I could use.
Yeah, and now you'll never forget how that spell works until about, 400 sessions later when we have our next combat.
No, exactly. What?
Tom, you've been so
Right.
spoiled in this journey so far, by the way, oh my god.
You've
You've had so many fights. Okay.
I'm busy, I can't. What's up?
Am I going to mute you just now?
Right, sorry.
So, regardless of that, I hope everyone else is thinking of their turns while we're waiting for those to come
Thinking, does anyone else really need healing right now?
back. I mean, you can't see MDT heal them.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
And
So I can only really go myself, or
yeah, and flea bites also probably very difficult to see.
I also haven't been attacked yet, so
But what I mean is, he wouldn't know that because you're very
True.
difficult to see.
you can't see. But
theoretically,
we are
this thing should be down, right, by the time I have turn.
In theory.
Hopefully.
Gotta love Jeremy Crawford's answer to that, by the way, don't you? Which was just so typically him.
Yeah,
But I like though that does kind of imply just arbitrate yourself is really what that means. Because to me that means, oh, you'd have disadvantage because of my spell. That spell's get out of here, spell. You know, even though it's not my turn. That's what that means to me. Because it does say at any time, and I need obviously turns to take actions, but it doesn't have an action requirement, so it's pretty good. That's why it was the term free action was important. Because obviously free actions can all be done on your turn. Yeah. I know there's a much better wording to this. Just let us know when you're ready to come back. Obviously, Thoden, because we are just waiting on you now. You'll need to let us know in chat. Assuming you are able to hear us. Muted, not deafened. Yeah. Okay. So we'll get his turn. Okay, good. You're back. Welcome back.
Thank you. I was talking there. I don't think, obviously, if you've
No, it's because I said I was muting you.
muted myself in Discord. I thought that's all it was. Right.
Okay, so are you ending the spell?
Yes, I'm going to end the spell.
Okay.
I stop all concentration on said spell. Clearing the path.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We all good? We all see each other? Hi, guys.
The two giants just look around like, huh?
Okay.
Feels like it's been a week since I saw the floor. Oh.
Okay, so what do you guys
Aha!
wish me to do then? What is...
No, what's
Don't
Totem's
really
next
know
plan?
much of what you can do.
This
That's
is
what I'm thinking.
again.
What's-
This isn't a democracy. You don't really have the scope to ask them that in this fight, right? So, what would Totem's next plan be? You did see that went badly, so try something else. What's your thoughts?
God. I'm thinking of throwing up Beacon of Hope.
It's like I think I'm just throwing up my guts that I still have access to.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, why don't you paste in Beacon of Hope and we can have a look at it.
Yeah, I think I know vaguely at that.
It allows everybody to heal better and
Sure.
keeps
Yeah,
everybody
that's pretty
somewhat alive.
And now Vanger can actually
Ooh,
see
that's
people
cool.
to heal.
Yes, exactly. So, and it's maximum hit points every time you heal.
Nice.
So you always get a full heal.
No, it's the maximum number of hit points the spell can provide.
For the
That's
duration.
weirdly what I took from what he said, but now I understand
Yeah,
what he
same.
actually said. Yeah, you
Is there a
don't.
number of range,
So
but-
what Colin was specifying is you don't get your max health back. You get the max.
I thought that's
spell
what you
can
meant
do.
because you said full heal. so-
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, okay.
It says the maximum possible from any healing. The healing is only like, if it's a D4 plus your wisdom modifier, it's 4
Mhm.
plus whatever the wisdom modifier is.
Right, okay. Okay.
You just don't roll the dice, you just take the highest number on the dice.
Mhm.
Yeah, it would not be a 3rd level spell that good, sadly. Considering I think it's a 6th level spell for heal, or it's maybe 7th level. I think it's 6th level, and it just gives you 70 health. Flat. Pretty cool spell.
So I'll fire that up as.
Yeah.
I'll actually
Coincidentally, not ending the concentration of that spell and then casting this would automatically have ended the concentration for you anyway.
cast that. Yeah.
Just FYI.
Yeah,
The good thing about this though is you also this doesn't even need you to see them, by the way, which is great.
Hmm.
It just says any creatures
We
in
do need
range.
to 30 feet.
Oh yeah, you're not getting this.
Really?
Nah, you're too far away. But luckily, the Danger Gang are all in.
Mhm.
Also, seeing it says any number of creatures in range, and it doesn't say excluding you, you always count as an ally or a creature or whatever for spells. Just so FYI. So you can benefit from this too. So, pip yourself with concentration. It is a minute, so I'll add this in as a beacon of hope.
I'm also going to cast another spell as a bonus action.
We're just gonna do this step by step. That's
Yep,
what we're gonna do.
Yep.
Because we're probably not gonna cast another spell as a bonus action unless it's a
I am.
cantrip. Nope.
Use as a bonus action, surely.
Nope. We had this discussion last week many times. Anytime you cast a bonus action spell, you are limited to the other option being cantrips. You can't start with your action and try and cheat into it. You're no longer able to cast bonus action spells because you've used your action to cast Beacon of Hope, which was not a cantrip. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
Yep, cool. As long as it makes sense, because it was a bit of a weird rule, but it is a 5e rule. Assuming you still want to go ahead and cast Beacon of Hope.
Yes, that's already been.
I really don't mind if you were still in the thinking process. Just pip who you're targeting with this in yellow, I guess. So I'm assuming it's everyday in range, so you can pick yourself with yellow and don't ping, just like point at them.
I didn't mean it.
That's
Yeah.
okay. So we're getting Vanguard and we're getting Eltris, I assume.
Yeah.
Cool. Everybody can get a yellow pip, and then if you want to type in roll 20, yellow equal Beacon of Hope or BOH. That's fine. And obviously pip yourself with yellow. Perfect.
Well, you beat me to it.
I
What is
appreciate
going
the
on?
efforts. What are you trying to do? You still
Sorry.
the measuring tool or?
I don't know what I'm doing. How am I pitting? Everybody pitting?
Right.
How does
So,
one pit?
so see the way you put concentration on yourself? Did the same, but the yellow pip above, like the top line is all colours. So, in fact,
Not letting me
I'll
do it.
help. So it's the one next to the X. The
Not
end.
letting me do it. There we go.
I immediately remembered when I said that, you were colourblind.
Yep.
I'll do it for you. There you go. Perfect, you got it.
There we go.
Kind of colour blindness, if you don't mind my asking.
Do that again?
Bit of
What kind
It's a
of
bit of a personal
colour
question for on stream. Let's maybe have
I
that.
apologise if that
It's
is.
okay.
I can't remember. It's the Tripitonia or something like that. It's the red green one,
Okay.
essentially.
Cool.
See, the simplest way to see it. Have you ever seen Kingsman? The first one?
I have not, no.
I would say
No.
let's not derail this with people's medical details on stream, and let's get back to the
Ah, well.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can discuss all this off stream. Yeah. So, you've cast Beacon of Hope. What does that
Yep.
look like?
A beacon of hope.
Right? So, if I know my Tolkien, everybody catches fire. The beacons are lit.
There you go.
But no, actually, like, what does the magic look like? You are, like, empowered by a storm goddess. So, talk to me. What's it look like? What's the visuals? Where's the special effects budget here? How do you
Come on,
imagine this
Michael Bay.
looks? No.
Essentially, it's like a Dragon Ball Z, like a spirit bomb type thing. Just appears above, or shoots from me, or rather my holy item, and shoots into the sky.
Your Ford Focus cast Spirit Bomb, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Very grand.
People follow that.
Okay, I know what a Spirit Bomb is now that I've looked it up.
Yeah, come on.
I never watched Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
I'm googling it just now.
Spirit Bomb's the big thing that he holds aloft above his head.
I
and
can see that.
summons all sorts of energy.
like
to it.
12 episodes.
You can think of it as like the most blunt force technique possible. It's just get as much life energy and throw it as a fucking explosion.
Yeah.
Fair?
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably not as big, but
Okay.
probably more Yamcha's one.
Okay, anyway,
Um,
that's fine. Yep, cool. I know what it looks like now. Big blue light in the sky. Everybody starts
So-
hearing the MacGyver theme tune, the original one, of course. The
Yep.
most hopeful music on the planet.
So would I be able to now use a cantrip?
If it's a bonus action, yes.
Yes. So it has to be a. but
Has to
say
be.
that.
Has to be, because you've already used your action to cast Beacon of Hope.
Right. Okay.
So the only thing available to you now would be cantrips that were bonus actions, or any other bonus action that you have access to.
Right. Okay.
But not casting another spell that is a leveled spell. Because of the weird bonus action spell rule. Because apparently that burns you out too much, casting a leveled spell as a bonus action. It's really strange rules.
Yeah. I'm then going to move further back to about here, so I'm out the road, or further back so I can then
Okay.
get out of the way of things. Taking a step back again to
Sure.
be closer to Eltris, not Eltris,
Anger.
Banger.
Yep.
And I will end there.
Okay. Well, I think Eltris, you hear a lot of giant speech, and then obviously Thoden, you hear the translation from Wonderful Trueface. Since you speak giant, it says, "Where did Cold go?" And he looks down and sees Eltress.
Where did what go?
You wouldn't hear
Cold.
it, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay, I wouldn't know that anyway. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Chilly.
And then he hits you with his great club. Or he tries to. And I think he connects.
You would be very much correct there. Yep.
So remember, that's 9 damage, because you half the damage for bludgeoning.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
And then you're still there, so he looks very confused, so he hits you again. 10 damage. That is halved.
There you go.
He looks very grumpy about this. And then it's Vanguard's go. Yeah.
I also look very grumpy.
Batchin.
who is looking especially battered?
You.
All of you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I am looking quite bad. but-
Just all of you. And you have just watched Elsh's just been smacked twice with a great club as well.
I do think because of the immediacy of my turn following his, not his, but him being attacked, that there is a good likelihood that he would be my most natural target for a bit of the old healing.
So, coincidentally, your Channel Divinity would be pretty good again, now that he's back up. Next. Prime realistic,
Yeah,
right?
I actually agree with that, and I do have uses of it. Do I have to do it in that order? I can do it in any order.
Doesn't get
right?
matters because it's not a spell. You're a Channel
Yeah.
Divinity, and it's an action
It's
for
not.
that, and it's a bonus action for healing word. So that's
I
doable.
could even walk up to him and heal him, but I don't know if
Yeah.
I want to be such of this. I feel like I'm against that.
You have enough like movement to get there and
In
back.
fact, he has enough movement to get there, but then then he's like there. Because if he was moving up, the reason would be to cure wounds as opposed to. 'Cause
I
it's
could
more-
get back to here, right? Like I could.
If you
let
want
me-
to do that,
if I could do that and then do that.
you could in fact do what you were doing without the additional arrow movements. Yeah, you could move to
Cool.
like. So the movement would be you could go there, cast, and you know you're going to get max healing out of this. So feel free to maths the shit out of it if you really wanted to for how much you want to exactly guarantee to give him. I just don't want you dealing with health total numbers because you don't know how much HP he's got in character. So you walk there and then you go 5 back. Yeah, is that your plan?
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. I'm just want to check cure wounds again.
Should just be casting action and a touch. Just means you wouldn't be able to do Channel Divinity.
Which feels like a very valuable thing to do. So I am actually going to use healing word.
You could upcast
Plus, that lets
healing
me
word.
keep with this. Yeah, I can upcast it a couple of times to level.
'Cause
I
you're
think
no-
I've still got level
it's-
3s left.
How many level 3s did you get?
do. I have 3 level 3s. I've got 2 left.
Okay.
So if I did a level 3 cast, that's 12 plus my spell casting mod, which is what? 6 apparently. Wait, 6? Oh, that includes proficiency, I assume.
It does not include this. So cast the spell, as in like the card into the chat, not the spell. But
Yeah.
okay. So it's your spellcasting ability modifier, not your proficiency.
Not total, right? So that would only be 3 then.
Yeah.
It's still not bad.
It's not. It's
Anyway,
good because it's all
I should-
maximized, right? So you may as well just type cast at 3rd level now.
Yep.
Since there's no point actually pushing the button,
Agreed.
and you can just type the HP regained.
build level on Eltris, wasn't it?
Yeah. It must be so good being a healer when Beacon of Hope's up.
Eltris, it's spelled like that, isn't it?
Yeah, Eltris.
And for would that be 15?
It's nice guaranteeing health, isn't it?
Let's double check that. Yeah, 3d4 plus 3, so
Yeah.
15. And then would like to use and channel divinity. Wait, what's harness divine power again?
Don't know, what is it?
I honestly don't remember. I'll need to check that.
Did I do plus 15 here?
Yeah.
Over here, yeah.
And then I want to use I don't want to use that actually because I just accidentally bashed my thing in the sorry, bear with me. Facial piercing problems. Yeah, so I wanted to use my channel divinity to pass the grave, but I couldn't spot it there. I've spotted it now.
Grug it. I'll pip him down.
On
I'm gonna assume it's the
nearby lad.
I'll pip him purple and say purple equals
Yeah.
POG or POTG. Play of the
Hotga.
game.
Hotga.
Play of the game.
Like what look? Or to dagger him.
Okay. Anything else? Am I gonna use your movement now, or are you happy where you are?
I'm just gonna say acronyms of things from the late
I'm
2000s and
okay,
early
I'm just gonna
2010s.
click to Eltristan.
By which I meant, yeah, that is.
Okay, cool.
So, I should say Vanguard is probably pointing menacingly at the thing again. Maybe staff doing a little bit of a glowy, and I don't know, say something like "Keep on him," you know.
It's like your jaw like relocates itself with your 15 HP. You get back, Eltris. Be like, why are you keeping me here?
I just want to go.
Yep. So, what's the plan, Jogo?
Okay.
Hit the thing in the face hard.
I want to hit the thing in the face hard.
Yay!
Right, so as far as I can remember from last time, it's best if obviously I don't do my lightning aura thing at first. Go for
Yeah. Open with your hardest hit.
yeah. Second middle. There we go. I was trying to get my character sheet back open.
Because it's the next one. I don't get to pick and choose.
I also probably forgot to do like a million dexterity saves and stuff when that storm was still up, but I don't care. It's fine. We're way past that now. I realized before
Would it
it
be
was
better?
dropped.
The best attack that I've got literally is just going in slashing with my
You
greatsword.
don't even need to go in, you're there.
Well, I'm there, yeah. I mean, going to his body with the sword. Would it be worthwhile doing that recklessly? Is what I'm thinking.
Well, now you can benefit from advantage.
Yeah. So let's go reckless. Okay.
Okay. You know what to do then. Orange pip
I
that they
do.
call brown. And then say orange, you go reckless.
There is my orange pip. I am now pretty reckless.
Yep.
You're all welcome for that. That was quite good.
Not pretty vacant, no.
Not yet. And I'm going to go with my greatsword.
Okay.
And I've got advantage on this then, don't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Click advantage, then click my greatsword.
Just crit it, that'd be nice. Oh, it's so close.
Imagine I did though.
Yeah. Click the
And
button.
then
Great sword.
Imagine.
boom.
That's
Okay.
not bad.
So that is going to be a total of what, 30 damage?
Yep.
Not bad.
30's hurty, as they say.
Do
They
they?
don't say that. I hope no one ever does. Because that sounded awful.
30's hurt you? Yeah.
But 30's hurty, mate. Yeah, I thought he's hurty.
But he's plenty, but 30's hearty.
You just hear the big guy just go, ow! As he's standing looming over you. As if he
No, I
hasn't
feel
just clubbed you
really-
twice, right?
I feel really bad hitting him every time you say this. Like every time I hit him, you'll say something like, "Oh," he says, "Ow," or
Just 'cause
something like
he's
that, and I'm like, "Oh, I feel
agonisingly
really bad now."
stupid doesn't mean you don't have to do this, right? Like he's a giant. They're not going to be bright. What did you expect?
But
Although they were pretty
still-
good at their goddamn insight checks every time they were trying to suss out what you were up to, they got it in one. I didn't even get a chance to start the fight.
Hey, this is why
Myself.
my characters don't tend to lie. That's not true. You know what? Even Lyko doesn't lie that often.
Yeah, let's not get into the minutiae of that.
He's
Uh,
more,
statement.
careful with the truth.
So, extra attack?
Yep, I believe so. And because it's still reckless, I've still
Mhm.
got advantage. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I can keep that pipped. So boom, there's my next one,
That hits.
and that means boom, there's my next one.
You know what they say? 13's hurry.
13's hurting.
You hear him say, "Oh,
Oh, Ryan, stop it.
you're the one hurting him."
Please stop. And then I can do my my storm aura now, can't I? So
Yeah.
this thing. So yeah, obviously it'll just be that guy right in front of me because he's the only one in my
Mm-hmm. Is that a dex save that you make, yeah? Or is it
Yeah.
con dex save?
It's a dexterity save.
I did
it's
not
over
make it.
14.
Okay.
Cool.
So do you want to roll the damage? 1d6, please.
1d6 into it. So 1d6.
Yep.
Did he say anything?
He does.
What's he say?
Ow!
Oh no.
So you've slashed him, and then slashed him again, and then sparks of lightning generate from this. And yeah.
What I'm also kind of thinking is I've got 40 speed, and I'm thinking maybe just because I know that they have advantage on me, I'm kind of thinking maybe. No, I'm fine. I'm going to end my turn there.
You happy there? Okay. Cool.
Yep.
It's probably
So,
for the best.
I want to interject very slightly just to say, like, you can just, if you genuinely feel like your character would feel bad about doing that, if the giant doesn't seem like it fully understands what's happening and you feel guilty, you can just say to the thing to surrender.
The problem is it doesn't speak giant. And it-
Yeah, and I take it the
You
giant
can hear it
doesn't-
grunt. You could say something anyway and hope it
Mhm.
understands.
Would the giant understand common
I mean,
or elvish? No.
we don't. Until you attempt the scene, we wouldn't know. But I feel like, considering that Vanger's tried to speak to it in common, and it always
Has
spoke
he?
to Thodin,
Trying,
it always spoke to Thodin.
Well, like just out of
It could
curiosity
be
as well.
dwarf racist. You're right.
Yeah, and see, I'm thinking like maybe like elvish.
Well, here's
like, I can
here's my question
elf-
for you. Right? Are you doing anything else on your turn?
No.
Okay.
No.
Fleabite.
Thank you.
So I hope you planned your turn out during that entire.
Indeed.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Is this a climb over, or is it better to go around this rock?
I mean, it's all bad. It's all difficult terrain regardless. So it's up to you.
My goal is to get to around here.
So you can go from there to there for 5 feet. Alright? And everything else is difficult terrain until you get to there. Or there or there.
So 5.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Remember, climbing checks are still difficult terrain anyway, so.
yeah.
I believe it's pronounced climbing.
Climbing.
I believe it's
It's climbing.
Oh, alright.
Imagine it was pronounced climbing and we were saying it wrong all this time. How weird a world.
I mean, usage is king, right?
With language, yes.
Would
You
that
Shaggy.
30 feet?
No, that's. Why don't you measure from the square you'd be moving from when difficult terrain starts? Why don't you do that?
I would definitely remember which square that was.
What's this?
So
So 5, 15,
just measure the whole way now.
25.
Just measure the whole way now from that square, not the one that you're in, the one you're going to be in. Nope. So you're gonna move there, and there's no difficult terrain until you get there. Then you get there, and everything is difficult terrain from here on out. So
That's
measure from there.
10.
Nope, just measure the whole way now. Right?
Ooh.
So going this way, right, to get out of it, you can probably get to there and you're stopping. If you go the way you've done it, there's a climbing check involved to get over this.
But shorter distance?
I mean, arguably, if you get the climbing check, you can get to there. But
In 30 feet.
as opposed to getting to there in 30 feet,
And am I still on the difficult terrain there?
you're not there.
Okay.
Can you do it in 4 parsecs?
So that's 5. And then if I try to get to so that would then be another 30 feet.
That would be 30. Yep, but there's a climbing check involved to get that way. Yep.
So I do the climbing check now.
Yes. Remember, if you fail though, that's it, done. You didn't make it. You know
You're
that.
falling your ass.
You don't then get your movement back to redistribute it.
That's acceptable.
I mean, that's the point of rolling, right?
Of course.
Okay, this one time.
So how far do I make it, or do I just stay where I am?
Nope, you're where
having
you
lost
are.
move?
Yep, yep, you're where you are. You can dash now if you wish as your cunning, or as your action, whatever you prefer.
Probably the yeah, probably bonus action. And
You can see that guy now, though.
yeah, that's true. I might just go for the attack. I guess stowing my sling.
I love the idea that you got to scamper up the rock, which you'd have to have stowed your sling to do already. Just FYI.
Yeah.
Then failing that, turning and going, oh yeah, the big guy's back.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear Dwayne was there too. Fuck, nearly landed that joke.
And he nearly landed his climbing check. So, what's the plan, Fleabite? You know how much of your problems would be solved by Eldritch Blast? You just never hit anything with it, but you'd have the range to attempt it.
So I check a psychic blade.
Okay, yeah, hits. Okay. I see that you want to use your sneak attack.
I do.
Yeah.
Seeing as there's a guy within 5 feet, that does count.
It's just nice to hear it, that's all.
I'm not being optimistic.
It's okay, it was appropriate regardless.
And this time, I think I will.
Elatris, the big guy dies staring at you with like a look in his eyes that just say, why?
Brian, stop it.
Okay, I'm going to retry the climb with my cunning.
Okay.
If that's allowed.
You're going to take the dash action.
Using my cunning action to take the dash action to give me the movement for the climb.
Sure, why the fuck not?
Hey.
Yay, you make it there. Feels like this was maybe Cynthia's way of showing you karma at play,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And then, so I've still got 20 movement.
5, right?
Oh, that would mean yes,
You have
yes,
5 movement.
yes, because that would have been 30. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take my 5 and move one more.
Okay.
See.
There you go.
At end of my turn, and I will remove the dinosaur.
Goodbye, dinosaur. Get the hell out of here.
Oh, did I kill him?
Yeah.
Oh, poor guy.
That's why I described with his dying, breath. He looks at Eltris.
Sorry, I had my
with a look into his eyes. Yeah, did that stop your ears? Apparently so.
Yes.
He made noises every time he got hit.
God,
That was another.
you're asking specifically because of Darkwind's Blade.
Oh yeah, of
Of
course.
course it was.
That was the most warlock thing you've done in a while.
It's the anytime he kills something, it's
And
the
do I
the one
get
thing-
his soul points?
To be fair though,
it's mine.
I had that problem when I played the Iron Kingdoms RP, and I had soul mechanics. I had to worry about going, can I get the kill on this guy? He goes, you really are your class. I'm like, I know, but I need the points. Otherwise I don't work. So yeah, reaving mechanics, terrible. So yeah, you get your Dark One's blessing because you're a monster.
So 4 warlock level, and then -1 because of my bad charisma.
Yep. Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very upset he was recast. Shame on them.
I really like him. He's such a cool.
He's a
like-
great actor. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great. He's been great in like everything I've ever seen him in. So right, that you, buddy?
Yep.
So you've just for everybody's record, Fleabite killed the thing, and now has more health than he should have, having not been hit this entire fight. Can you now see how Fleabite survived? Anyway, so moving on. Yep.
Yeah, gotta play your class.
Yeah. Fleabite. Rock. Rock.
Hard place.
Yeah. It's from this guy up on the hill, aka on level with you.
Just hit.
No, it hit with 1 extra.
Yeah, exactly.
Big rock, because he now sees scary rat monster. And Thornton?
I'm obviously going to move closer.
Keep in mind as well, remember, healing is maximized at the moment. But it depends if you want to capitalize on damage potential versus healing potential at the moment.
That's basically what I'm thinking.
Mm.
More damage the quicker we get through this. Actually, I would just cast healing word on myself.
Not a bad plan.
Do you have cure wounds or anything like that, or do you have any other healing spells?
Nope.
That's fine. Yeah, if you don't, that's fine. Healing word's fine. I was gonna say because if you have cure wounds prepared,
Oh yeah, you can cure wounds yourself.
it's more healing is all. That's all. It's
Mhm.
just a touch spell though, which is why healing word's a better one because it's range
Ah,
60. It's just disgusting for a
Yeah.
healing spell, to be fair.
Ryan, I forgot the hellish rebuke. Next time.
Next time, gadget.
Right, so I'll do that first. So if I do that at second level, I would then take a point after second level spells rather than first.
Exactly, yeah, because you're using that ammo instead of tier 1 ammo.
Right, I'll do that then.
Brain ammo.
Yeah.
That's what
Don't worry about that. So remember, you're just taking the maximum. So it is a d4 plus 3. So it's 2d4 plus 3, which is 8 plus 3, which is what, 11? So
that's numbers.
you just get 11 back.
Thank you, that makes it easier.
Right, so I'm going to talk you through that. Right. So see if you scroll back up, just briefly, to be honest. In fact, if you even just read Healing Word, it's probably...
Yep.
See it? It's worth learning. There's the
just-
specific bit.
You started throwing numbers and my head just went, no.
Right, so because Beacon of Hope skips the rolling dice part and just says, get the best number from the dice.
Okay.
Right, so you normally roll a d4 plus your ability mod. Your ability mod is the stat that you're using, which is a plus 3. That's from your wisdom, right?
Yeah.
So that's 3 plus a d4's roll. But we know that's going to be 4 because it just goes to the big number.
Yep.
So that's, you're already on 7. You get another cheeky 4 because you've cast it at the next level up. So you get an extra d4 for every level above 1 you go. So do you want to write cast at level 2? Or cast at L2? Just so you know what slots you've used when you cast these things. Because it doesn't say, annoyingly, in the chat. Which I just really wish it would. Perfect. And then you marked off a level 2 slot, yeah.
Yeah, just doing that now as we speak.
But you'll eventually realise that your level 1 spells will just be your utility box that you always have. You probably don't change them out once you've picked the ones that are going to be your go-to ones every time. For example, like most wizards and sorcerers will have magic missile and shield in there, and they probably won't use anything else because those will be the slots for those spells. Either auto hit or try and block. So Healing Word is definitely a cleric option, same with like bards. Very strong option, quite frankly. It's unlikely to be needed to trade out because of how goddamn good it is. Right, so that was a bonus action to cast a spell. You've still got movement and action.
Right.
We were all brain connected, right?
No,
But
only
I'd have to pass a message via
Fleabite, but I mean, keep in mind, just have the conversation, just keep it brief, meta-wise. Player agency does exist.
I was going to say via Fleabite then. Ask Thoden to tell the thing to surrender and we'll bring its friend back.
Then to Thoden as say,
This would be funny.
Vanger thing, dwarf thing, say to speak to other giant thing that we bring it back if it stopped fighting.
And I reply, I'll ask.
You could just turn and talk to Vanger if you wanted, with words.
Yeah, that would probably be me.
It's up to you.
You know, I forgot how close by he was.
Yeah. You could have just shouted, I would have heard.
Yeah, there's no storm anymore, so yeah, it's not like that's
Yeah.
gonna impede.
Let's. You know what? It's funnier if I think.
I still think
I'm
it's
just
funnier if that's done, because then we get Fleabite's interpretation of bring it back.
Good English. Right, so where is my 30 speed, where would that get me to?
So you're not replying.
I just sort of throw a thumbs up over my shoulder
Right, okay.
so you can see it.
Okay.
Cool.
Just cool.
Didn't catch that. That's all. Sorry.
Yeah, I never heard that either, so that's fine.
Okay. That's because it's an action, I wouldn't have said anything.
But weirdly, the pedanticism in this game requires you to tell us about it. Because we can't see you.
Okay, I turn around to Vanger and throw a thumbs up.
Perfect.
We got it now. We got it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We didn't get it initially.
I would
so don't know
100%
if you
say
got it or something.
it is something that is worth having a conversation with right this very second. So it was worth that moment happening because micro descriptions are literally the core of everybody understanding what everybody's up to.
You're literally the core of it.
Thank
I
you.
don't know what I mean by that.
Kind of like GMing, yeah. You're
Gooming.
gaming. So, Thoden, you've given your thumbs up. What's the next plan?
I'm going to move up further how far can I go with 30 speed?
You can move
What is the-
that distance if you measure it. It's 5 foot a box. So that's 6 boxes.
1, 2.
Remember, you have that measuring tool. If
Actually,
you just
I could just go like here to the other side of the body.
nope. So
Um,
the reason for that is that thing counts as difficult terrain because of its size. So difficult terrain is double movement cost. So put yourself back to where you were, which coincidentally,
Here.
nope, it was one back.
was it?
Yep.
Was it that close?
Yep. Because if you measure again, you can see how that's 30 foot.
But surely I don't really. No, end.
He's
Cool.
not. He's not. He is not cold terrain. Um,
I was thinking
he's getting cold terrain. But yeah.
Yeah.
So you can get to like here for 15,
Mhm.
and then it'd be double from that point on. Because to get to there, that would cost you double movement.
That'd be 25 on then.
You get 25, and then you can't technically move anymore. Because you don't have
Right,
the movement to go further. But you could get
aye.
onto it. Which is maybe not
Aye.
the best
Well-
thing to then say, by the way, we can bring your friend back as you climb onto it.
Here, look, I'm riding it.
It's maybe not the
Mhm.
best.
Look, man, no hands.
Also, hello, the beard is Muse.
Look, hands, no mum.
William. Sorry,
Yes.
this is a friend. So I'll go up to the essentially standing over, obviously beside
You're literally
the
on
body. Well, yeah.
it. No, you're actually on it. That is on its body. Yeah.
I'll stand here.
That's off the cliff.
Well, I can't go in that square.
You can only
Yeah.
go there. Yeah. That's how it
Oh,
works. That's how maps work. Yep.
Jeez. Cool. So I'll go to there
Yep.
and I will shout to the other guy. This is what we can do. Do you wish to surrender? If you do surrender, we will bring your friend back. Obviously in giant tongue.
Yeah, I assumed you'd be saying it in giant, yeah.
It's bad.
You said you didn't say you were thinking that. No, anyways, do you want to roll persuade?
That's probably not going to work.
Still worth a shot.
I hope it does.
Persuasion.
I'll do this publicly. Wabam. Okay. You just hear the guy on the ledge go. How you do that?
We have magics.
Hmm.
You've seen the power of our magics.
Okay. You bring him back.
You let us pass first.
No, I don't have time for that. Unfortunately, it's got to be quick.
Right.
Sorry, Viger probably should have specified it has to be within like a minute. So,
Yeah.
10 rounds of combat. In other words.
No, yeah, actually, a ridiculous amount of combat. Actually, 6 seconds is stupid. He goes, okay. He he clearly doesn't understand. Like, but you've said magics and you've already tried to feed his pal, so.
Okay, nice. Right. Mentally, I think to Fleabite. Fleabite, give me some valuable gems.
I mean, I'm going to assume that Thoden's going to speak now since he's the only one that understood any of that.
Yeah, I was going to say I haven't told anybody this
Oh,
yet.
yeah, good point. Sorry, my
Yep, let's keep the RP
Yeah.
going. This is what language
got a little ahead of
translators are for.
myself.
That's okay, it's exciting.
I turn to Vanguard and inform him that yes, he wants his friend back and he will let us pass.
Fantastic. Right, got to be quick to it. And then I'll think those words to Fleabite. Sorry, I got ahead of myself there.
It's okay, it's exciting.
Did I give you my gems? Did I give someone else my gems? Because I've removed them from my character sheet. I had some. It wasn't nearly as many, I don't think.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I mean, if they're not on your sheet,
I definitely would have
assume
written
they're
it
away.
down.
Yeah, they're
What-
not on my sheet, so they're gone. But even so, weird.
Yeah, that is odd. But arguably you've used them somewhere for someone.
I
Revivify
probably
maybe
sold
already
them or
happened
given
somewhere.
them to, I don't know, a deer stole them. Or
Yeah, that makes
Um,
sense to be fair.
so yeah, like
In fact, did something go
it's-
down in the fight with the big blood giant thing? Or did that not happen?
No.
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 Although I did talk about it, I think I said it was an option if need be.
Weird. So what's happened
I
since
don't
then?
think it came up.
Right? Because if it was an option then, what's happened since then for you to lose them?
Well,
I
I think it was an
don't
option because I had them.
Yes,
Right,
I
there you
don't
go.
think I remembered that I was supposed to have them then.
Okay, so
And
Fleabag just
they're
hasn't
def-
given you them, is what the answer to this question is, and we can move
Hmm.
on. Cool, that's fine. So you can't until Fleabag gives you money
Mhm.
Yeah.
in gem form. Cool. Yeah, that's fine. Anyways, so Thoden,
Yes.
carry on.
I just sort of gestured to Vanguard as well, like, come up. And then I'll end my turn.
Yep.
Because I can't move any further or do
Yep,
anything else.
that's
so.
fine. Yep, perfect. Yep. I assume you're going to keep Beacon of Hope up, or are you going to let that drop? Because if you can keep it up, I would suggest you may as well, because obviously you could then maybe do healing, etc., etc.,
Yeah.
etc.
Up. There's
Yep.
concentration anyway, isn't it?
But you can drop it any time. It's just normally people drop stuff when they're trying to de-escalate. That's all. But that's, I would say, like, you've got 9 turns worth out of it. Why not leave it?
Yeah, exactly.
This guy just patiently waits in the afterlife queue.
Hey.
Dead eye stares at Eltris because nobody's closed his eyelids.
No.
And then its fingers go.
I'll move on up here. Roll up my sleeves a bit. Foot her around for some bits and bobs in a sash, a sash or a pocket or like something. Mumble to myself a bit, and that'll be my go. I'll wait to cast a spell till Fleabite does or does not come to me.
Do you want to,
Prepare it.
like, as in, ready an action to cast it?
Yeah.
Once Fleabite hands you the gems.
I will ready Revivify.
It does mean you
Um,
will lose the spell slot if he doesn't do it.
I'm fine with that.
That's cool. So long
And
as
it's
you,
like this turn.
as in, before his next turn.
How quickly can you get to me?
I should be able to make it.
You can move, was it 35
Yeah,
times
okay.
3 in a turn? So shut up, Fleabite.
Readying for use when gems, not gems.
And keep in mind, you could say this psychically, right? You know, am I starting this now? Can you make it to me in time? Blah blah blah. Like all that could be said psychically, right? Okay, so you're readying, and then Eltris.
I shed a single tear for the giant, and just stands.
Roll no. Can you unpip reckless now? Because I assume you're not staying
Yes.
reckless.
Nah.
I hit him again. Damn it.
Why did you die?
I-
Yeah, that will mean you lose your rage.
yeah,
though.
it does.
Joy to unpip that now as well. Then
If you're, unless you're gonna attack something or be it,
Or if he gets it.
Don't.
or if you get take
Well-
damage,
yeah. Here's the thing. So obviously, that would be on this entire turn. But what if that giant does come back and attacks?
that'll be on its turn.
I could just do this on my turn.
I don't think that's quite how that works.
No, you
yeah,
get,
it
but
wouldn't be undead. It
until
will
we
be
get to
back
that,
to
though.
life.
You have a read
Yeah.
through that ability though while we're getting back to you though. That's
I
a
can
good
do
idea.
that too. As a cleric, it's a baseline cleric. It's just that because it would be
You get it with a badge, basically. It's the gun.
yeah.
comes with the badge.
You get it with it's because it's actually brought back to life rather than resurrected as an undead.
As much as it
wouldn't work on it.
is completely believable that Thoden would look at Vanguard and think, well, I should prepare a turn undead for how
Yeah.
this goes. Right? Like, that's fair.
How dare you? I am a druid. Although I do, if I keep up with the druid stuff later, get animate dead. But
Yeah.
Mm.
So,
It's a principle.
Eltris,
Should
you're
should
blinking.
that untap that then? Yeah,
Yeah.
the rage.
Can you move back a bit for me, actually?
For
Like
me?
me up next to it, yeah.
You don't have to. You are next to it.
Oh yeah, I can move through it. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
what I mean is that is it square. You are right next to it. Like,
Oh right.
That's
Oh yeah, of course it is.
not- oh, okay.
yeah. So this is its squares.
So I'm.
It's a 3 by 3.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. Sorry.
Cool.
What was that, Chris?
Just singing a song in my head.
No worries.
That was loud.
Sometimes get a little bamboozled by the fact that these things don't take up the full squares.
It's okay. And Eltris, anything else happening? Because you have like a whole
No.
turn. You have like a whole
Should I-
turn.
Should I move out the way, or is that fine for me just to stay here?
You're
I think
not blocking him from doing anything.
probably-
You're not.
Right,
I
but I
was
probably
just
will
confused.
just move
Well-
out the way anyway.
Actually, I'm getting confused
Yes.
because you'd need to move because Vanger is here. For some reason, I thought Vanger was there. That's why I measured everything
yeah.
from there. Like, yeah, you are still too far away because you need to touch, don't you, to cast your spell?
Yeah, I thought I did. I
Yeah,
thought it
so he
would
does
be
need to move
the-
back.
Let's move to this wee square there here. This wee
Sure,
10
yeah,
feet
mhm.
away one.
Yeah. I'm also just going to add in the part where your ready to action also covered that because for some reason I thought you were here.
Okay, well that's. Thank you.
I mean, that otherwise is just a complete and utter waste. So that was more about my forgetting whose tokens whose. These are both healers, okay? And both clerics.
Users.
Right, so you've used move. Doing any
Yeah,
actions
that's
or bonus
me.
actions or
Nah.
just going
I
rage
think,
again randomly for the hell of it.
Yeah, YOLO, as Jesus once said. No.
Remember,
I
you do have your self heal. Remember.
Yeah, do you know, I was thinking about that, but I was thinking I'll just leave that the now because
It's up to you.
Oh,
I think-
Jesus did say that he who believes in me shall not die. So
So
Exactly.
moving on from this
Uh,
Christian D&D podcast that we're all in, let's just move on. So
yeah, just move on. That's fine.
Fleabag.
Okay, now how
Yeah.
did I get there without screwing up?
Right. Well, you tell me.
can you
That
jump?
would be 10 to there. And then jumping down here would be a reasonably difficult.
It would be damaging, but you'd
Mhm.
survive it.
Climbing down here would be reasonably difficult. Athletics.
I mean, arguably, how much health you got? You could probably make the entire journey without dying just by jumping and not caring.
Just jump.
If I got to here,
Remember that
I don't blame him for not wanting to
the
jump.
problem is
I wouldn't
climbing
jump.
halves your speed.
There.
So yeah.
okay, well
Going
then
to
I'm
there,
going
that's
to.
10. And then you're going to try and
Yeah.
climb down to there. And let's just, for saying sakes, that is 20 to get to there, right? That next leg.
So
So that's going to be
I'm
40. Ultimately.
Sorry, I'm not doing that. That's 10, and then here is 30. Is that 30? Do we ignore trigonometry?
I mean, you're still going to have to climb down
What if?
and then across.
Well,
as opposed
no,
to just
so-
leap.
what if I misty stepped to there?
I'll let you miss a step to there. Why the fuck not?
And then I'm just trying to think which is better for then climbing this down.
Probably that way.
Can
yeah.
I fit into that square?
Probably not, but you can definitely just fall into Vanguard that way.
Okay.
And then I'll probably end up just moving you here once everything's finished. As you tumble past gems over and then end up there.
So yeah, just and misty step there. And
Must be weird
stop.
actively using magic.
I know. The magic that doesn't require a roll.
It is one of my favourite spells, Misty Step. Personally, I think it's a bit
And then,
expensive at level 2. But whatever. So just move yourself to where I'm pointing, and then everything's happened unless you're trying to stab somebody on the way by instead of handing over the gems.
Yeah.
Perfect.
How many gems do you need?
Yeah.
300 gold's worth.
Okay, then I give you 3 gems.
Okay, nice.
So you have 100 gold's worth of gem.
I have 10 gems, each worth 100 gold.
Amazing.
Jesus Christ.
Now, is that
And
something
nod
you
of
already? Is that
appreciation.
something you already have, or something you have a patch for?
Patch.
Right. So to use a patch, what does that involve?
I'm pretty sure it's surprisingly vague.
I mean, I feel like you're meant to know this. Let's see. What's this exact name? Is it useful items?
Robe of useful items.
Let's see.
Action.
Right. Cool. Misty Step's a bonus action though, so you're fine. Right.
It is.
See? Look at that.
Nice. That worked out really well.
It was just like I knew there was a cost to using that. It's just you can't just
Mhm.
pull the patches off for free, buddy. No instant horse for you.
I'm very confused by this whole patch system, and after this, I want you to catch me up.
No, he just has a robe full of patches that if he pulls them off, he can
Yeah.
get the item they are.
It's an update.
We'll give you the patch notes later. Don't worry.
Right.
Okay, so that has now happened, which means your spell goes off.
I have taken away the spell slot, and yeah, I revivify.
Okay.
It probably involves some waving and possibly burning of some various bits and bobs.
Mostly diamonds worth 300 GP.
Oh yeah, I know,
Mostly
but just
that.
thematically, I imagine for the purposes of Vanger's version of doing it, there's probably some burning incense.
No,
and
like
it's
I love
probably
that
not
though.
incense.
It's like you've got the druidy vibes to it all, right? The incense and the whatever else we're actually saying it is.
Casting of powders.
Yeah, and then go and also these 300 golds worth of diamonds. You also
Oh
need
yeah,
great spell gods.
they're important, but you've got to have the prep. That's what he was doing
Oh.
while he was readying the action. He was getting the incense out. He was scattering the.
Yep, saying the magical words. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's probably some sort of spores involved, considering.
Mhm.
So
Makes
yeah,
sense. Yep.
and having done that, I sort of just mutter, "Hello." Doesn't understand me.
That was convenient. And then. Yeah, it's obviously on its ass, right? So it's there. It doesn't have a turn yet. So. Yep. Pretty sure that's your entire goal. Right.
Yeah.
So it's the guy up on the hill. And then he obviously sees his pal come back. And he says, "Huh. How you do that?" Obviously it's in giant, so only Thoden can hear that. And then Thoden, you hear him say to his pal, "They kill you! Hit him!" And then I need... Tom, can you roll a d4 for me?
Nope.
I'll roll it, don't worry, if need be.
I know
but-
where to.
Mhm.
Oh shit! I accidentally rolled 2. I clicked the wrong button.
just roll one.
Do you want to redo that?
Yeah, why not?
There we go.
Well, oddly, Anger,
Son of a bitch.
I think that actually just hits you, doesn't it?
It does because I don't have my shield on.
Yep.
Banger is not looking great at all right now.
No.
You see, you congratulate us as not being murder hobos.
Nobody
Especially
incited
because
the
someone
guy
better
saying,
than murder
okay.
hobos.
Nobody chose
Anyway.
to. But yeah, luckily though, throwing a rock is not hitting twice with a great club.
Yeah.
Thoden,
I see him. I'd imagine.
you've seen all of that and you heard it all because you can speak giant. So
I just take my warhammer and hit the guy on the floor.
okay, yep,
And-
you'll have advantage.
Yeah. So it'd be. Would that be advantage? Yeah.
Imagine you got double ones. That would be awful.
Oh, dear.
Don't say it.
I mean,
Right,
he hasn't attacked us yet. It was the other guy.
roll damage. Yeah, he's dead again. It's just weirdly, it's like
Now say to the other guy we can bring him back.
his head falls right to the side, and he seems to be looking past everybody, past Vanger, past Fleabag.
No!
He's just staring at Eltrus with those dead eyes.
I hate you so much.
So does this giant.
Can we bring him back again, please?
No.
Eltrus multi-classes into a healer just so they can do it.
Yeah, it's your 300 gold worth of gems next time.
Right, so Thoden. That was an attack, an action. What's next?
I would imagine moving across this guy is. In fact,
Keep in mind as well, you can still cast Healing Word, for example, because you've not cast a spell, and it's a bonus action to cast that. So you could cast that as well at the moment.
I'll cast that on Vanger.
What level?
You give him go 2 again.
Yes, that's about 11 health.
Yeah, if that's
Okay.
what it was.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
because keep in mind, you kept Beacon of Hope
Yep.
up.
Yep. So now doing 26. It's nice because it means I probably survived my next bashing with a rock.
And I have some arc off a spell slot. And also the good thing about this now is you're starting to see the scope of what your companion is capable of. You've saw Sleet Storm, you've saw his inability to be affected by Sleet Storm, and by that I mean he didn't look as bad as everybody else probably did.
Yeah.
Because the only person actually that should have already made a dex save would have been Elstress on his turn, because that's where we
Yep.
started. But I forgot all that, and I don't care. So
And the giant.
I mean,
Giant.
no, I feel like the giant was dead by then, really. Like,
Mm.
because it was the giant on the hill at the top. He's not affected. He was the only one that went before the other one died. So
Oh, right, okay.
yeah, because you dropped it on your turn.
Mm.
So no, that one didn't. It was only Eltress. But yeah, so arguably, Vanger, you've seen a fair bit of what this guy's capable of, at least. Even just from knowing what the others are capable of already and knowing they haven't healed you in the past. So, Thoden, anything else happen? Moving anywhere?
Yeah, can I walk over the body to get to, like, here?
You can
Would that be
go
possible?
your speed, which is 30, right?
Yeah.
And you can get to like there.
We'll stand on his chest.
Pretty much. Aye.
I'm gonna do that.
Nice.
And I yell up to the guy, obviously
Mhm.
the other ogre. Is it? You had your chance. Your friend is dead. You let us pass now, or you'll end up with the same fate.
Roll intimidate this time. That's more intimidating.
No. No. And do I help?
I mean, they can't in this situation. This is like, I want to see how this plays out. They'd need to help on their turn to provide you with advantage going forward, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because the helping action is something you can take on your turn to help somebody else.
Okay.
Give advantage that way. Unless you meant through Twitch points, in which case, yes, have at it. But
I've already rolled.
yeah, that's not bad, right?
Better than the 1 and 2 I rolled last time
We're back.
with advantage.
So this guy looks at you and goes, "Why you no bring him back this time?
Because you betrayed us.
Me no betray."
You betrayed.
And that's it. That's as much conversation as you can get in the time limit, sadly. Just, I love the idea that contextually, you just hear petty giant being spoke between those two to everybody else, where the tone just goes into that, you know, betray. You betray. You betrayed. Right. That guy's dead. Linger.
Oh yes, it is I. Tell you what, I'm going to be somewhat selfish this turn.
That's fine.
And I'm going to plonk my shield on with an action.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
I don't want to get hit with one of those again if I can avoid it. Heaving his, and then I'm going to. Do I wanna healing word? I do want a healing word myself. I'm gonna healing word myself.
As well do it while you've got the benefit of Beacon of Hope.
Indeedly, I'm gonna do it at level 4.
Oof.
Ooh.
Nice.
I don't know why I rolled it.
It's habit, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's bad.
So yeah, we'd be talking about what 4d4 to 16 plus 3.
Again, much like Chris said earlier, that was just numbers to me.
Well, it'd be 1d4 plus 3 for the slots, right? So it'd be 4d4.
So 19?
Total of 16. So 19. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so it brings me up to 45. So I'm not looking too awful right now.
You're gonna
I'm
really just stop
somewhat-
saying your HP values. though.
Ryan, do you think that will ever be something I remember? It's not deliberate. It really isn't.
It's okay. We'll work a way of introducing incentives to remember, like damage every time you say it.
It's a video game to me, Ryan. Just like real life. So yeah, that I guess I should move on up a bit. Still get movement.
As you clamber over the dead giant.
And that would, so I'd be able to get to here?
No, because that cost you 30.
Oh, right.
Right,
So
so that's 10. That would be 20, and then you can't move any further because you've only got.
Right, that's so I have to stand. Right, so I'm somewhat battered at the moment, so I heave myself. Why can't I move my character right now?
Because
Oh, I
they're
can.
on the. There you go.
No, I wasn't, but it just wouldn't pick up. It was weird.
Odd.
I accidentally pinged when I tried.
To be fair, roll 20. You know.
Yeah, I heave myself up over him, and I kind of mutter an apology to him as I do it. You know,
Probably
sort
just some air escapes the open mouth of the giant.
Bugger. And that
Elvis
is
hears,
me.
Oh,
the air escapes his mouth. Yep, and then we take a break. So, there we go. We will be back in 10 minutes, folks. BRBs.
What's French for giant?
Hello, I am Tom. Currently the
Apparently I
second
was
Tom.
muted for all that. I'm just going to say all that again. Just
Okay.
FYI. Yeah, that's fine. So, welcome back to the Invasion, Session 53, Part 2. I'm Ryan, the GM. It's June the 9th, 2021. Here are the players.
Hello, I am still Tom, not muted.
As opposed to Tom in motion.
Yes, but I'm a sad Tom.
Sparkling Tom?
No, sad Tom after my
As opposed to
best
still
friend
Tom.
had tried. Ryan, I'm doing my intro here.
You're trying to like guilt me and it ain't gonna work, buddy. I'm just thinking of still Tom and sparkling Tom as two options.
And today I'm continuing my journey as Eldris, the barbarian elf, who's also very sad. And yeah, thank you.
You're a
Good
selfie.
evening, my name is Sugar-Free Alexander, and tonight I'll be playing Fleabite the Skaven, who's still pretty terrible at everything.
You might be sugar free, but you're very sweet. No.
Hi guys, I'm Chris. I am the Goliath Tempest Cleric in the party, and I don't have any other puns.
I just thought you were saying "and the party." Is that what you were saying? Like I am the party.
I am the...
Yeah.
I am God. I am the law. Sorry.
Mr.
Yes.
Potato Head, is that you?
Keep calm and worship potato.
And I've been preoccupied with these six senses that sense the enemy on barbed wire fences. Hello, I am Colin. I will be playing Vanger, the dwarven cleric-y druidy prince.
Perfect.
What was that?
It's fine.
It was Private Eye.
So,
I've dragged this lake looking for corpses.
I love you so much. Like I
Eldris.
really love you so much.
Eldris, it's your go. Take your go, goddammit.
Oh no. I shed another single tear. No,
That's an action.
so here is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Um,
Tears are a bonus action, sounds like a band. But yeah.
can I move to? I'm assuming here because I have 40 movement, 40
Okay,
speed.
so you can get to there for 10.
Okay.
Right, and you can get to there for 30.
Okay, and that would be my.
That's 40 total.
That'd be 40 total. Right, I'm going to move to there.
Okay.
Okay. And then, Ryan.
Oh, that's not yet. Not yes is also equally valid, I think.
Oh, yes.
Right? You're going to take a dash action to move more? Is that the plan?
No, I have that Blessing of the Raven Queen, which lets me teleport up to 30 feet to unoccupied space that I can see.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So basically, what my question to you was going to be, kind of for the next round, is up this cliff. Does that mean it's 20 feet tall?
If you want to, as long as you move within, let me just see. So as long as you get to like, probably like one of these two squares, I'll just let you go there. Like as in,
Okay, well, can I use, on this turn then, use the Blessing of the Raven Queen 30 feet teleportation to teleport 15 feet to...
no,
this
because then you
box
wouldn't
here?
have it to do it.
Oh, I can only use it once, can't I? Oh,
It's a short or long, I believe. Recharge.
yeah.
Yeah.
In that case,
But you
I'm
could take
gonna
your dash
wait
action
here.
now to move off of that.
Okay.
And then you could
Okay.
use your bonus action to teleport next to it. All in this turn.
Right, okay, let me use my dash action then. I'm on that little page now
Right,
because I
let
don't
me-
really know how
So just-
dash works.
Right, so the way it would work is if you just get your measuring tool and just click on your dude with the measuring tool and go one to the right. And hold the arrow. Right, and then hold in the left click button still and then tap the right click button if you can, unless you're on a Mac, in which case I don't know what you do. To measure it in different ways.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd do.
I don't know either. It's Mac problems, to be honest. Right, so you're there. So that takes you 10 feet of your movement to get there. Right? And then you've got plenty to get to any of this spot. Ideally, you only really need to go there, and then I'll let you teleport up to there.
Right. So if I use the dash action just now, I can get to here. Is that right?
No, you
Just
can,
this far.
you can get so far. It's ridiculous. Everything I just explained, basically.
Okay.
So
Right.
your dash action gives you your move again, right? Your move is 40. You go there. That costs you 10 of that. That leaves you 30.
Right.
And then you've got look at how much 30 is buying you. Look at that scope,
Right.
right?
And what's
And you only really need to go to like there, and then you can just teleport up to there.
Right.
And
Okay,
by that
so
I
let's
mean
use
like one more. But either way, you can get up to this spot if you want to just do all of that in one turn, if you want. Is that what you want
And
to
wouldn't he
do?
then still?
Yes.
Regardless, he has enough movement to get there with his bonus action as his teleport. What was your question, Alexander?
He'd then still have like 35 feet of movement, wouldn't he?
No, he wouldn't. He'd have like 10 or 15 maybe?
20, I want to say. Like if I was,
Okay.
if that's 5,
Yeah.
No, that's 10.
so that's
Just your
using up
remaining.
10.
So you've got 30
Yeah, that's using
left,
up
so
10.
getting to like there, say, right? Or like, yeah, basically there is 15, right? So you've used 25 so far of your 40.
Yep.
And then you're teleporting the rest, so you have 15 when you land there.
Cool. Right, let's do it
Yeah.
then. Let's do that. So
Yeah.
that would be my 10.
Doesn't matter, you can just move to where we are. If that's what you're
Okay,
doing,
cool.
just do all that.
Boom.
Cool. Paste Blessings of the Raven Queen in.
I sure will.
Yeah.
Because it also
Yep.
there it is there.
So pip yourself with I don't know, some colour. Let's.
Oh, I forgot you were a Shadarkai.
So do you want to give yourself
Shadar.
Kai? Do you want to pip yourself blue maybe, and then and you can write blue equals BOTRQ.
Blue 42.
Abada.
Perfect.
Blue equals buttock.
Podrick. Imagine
Oh, you're
that caught on in the Ravenbury region. What's this Podrick everybody keeps worshipping? That's you! Oh great! More of that then. Right? It's pretty cool. So now there's loads of people teleporting. Look at that.
Aha.
Okay.
Is it more like instant transmission or like Shunpo or
Back in your cage, weep.
yeah,
Yeah.
Shunpo.
Shampoo is flash tip, yeah. It's
Yeah.
the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just the translation. So
And the ranker of the road
you've
version,
got
what's that called?
15. I can't remember actually. My brain doesn't.
Zunido, I think.
You could be
Well, I
right.
don't plan on moving anyway, so
That's
that's
fine.
fine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Flea bite.
Yeah, Betty.
How?
Yep.
Okay, then I. Yep. Look. The fan on this is going a bit nuts.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
I think I will probably start to follow the guy. Just debating is faster to go up the hill again.
You're gonna have to like dash to go either way, regardless. So
Then yeah, so that's 5, 15,
I mean,
30. Sorry, 25.
I mean that's technically no. That's wrong. That's mostly covered in crap square. That's definitely difficult terrain, and technically it should be hard to stand in if at all, since it's mostly cliff wall you're at on that square. Remember, that's how you weren't allowed to stop there when you were way passing Vanger.
5, 5, 35, 40. No, sorry, 45.
Sure.
Is it difficult to leave the difficult terrain?
Also, how would you just get rid of your arrow and then just do that?
They need to do it once a time.
Right? And then just it's saying so we can knock 5 foot off of that, right? Because let's face it, you're gonna start from here. Because you can move 5 to get to there. So that is a 30
So, yeah, that's
to there, and then that takes 40. Not 40 total on top of the 30, just the total distance moved would be 45 total. Yeah, much easier to calculate that way. So where you're going to start your difficult terrain journey to where you end it, and you get that last jump off of the thing, which is also difficult terrain. So the only thing you're doing to that is doubling that and adding the original 5. 45 total. How are you dashing? Your action or your cunning? Could teleport.
I'm going to dash bonus action.
Oh,
And-
well, no.
Oh my
yep,
lord.
Yep, nope. Your audio just did a very delayed catch up there, so that was all weird. Let's never have that again. So was that dash as a cunning?
So dash as a cunning action.
Okay. So
And so that's
you get 30
I've
foot
got
left,
30.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. 30. And I will keep going to like there.
What's
Is
the,
that
what's the
is this?
what's the plan after that?
I just want to get to the base of it. I don't have enough to keep going up. I'm going to climb this probably next time.
I'd go to that one then. I would go there,
Yeah. Okay.
and you can start climbing in for like that space. Happy there?
Yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to use my action.
To dash climb.
No.
Because you still have 5 foot, remember? So if you dash to get
No,
another
I'm not
35,
going
right?
to.
Or is it 30 you get or 35 you get in a turn? Is it 35?
35.
Right, so you'd have 40 total. You go all the way up to like, there.
No, I'm not going to. I'm going to do that next time.
Okay.
Because I want to use my action next time, and I've got my action floating this time.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my action this time to
Remarge.
what was it? This one
Just pep yourself with a colour that's not in use and just label what the colour is.
one of this. Oh.
There's just more chance that other status effects might come up now. We have more casters. Sadly. As much as I enjoyed the Fat Man. Okay. So
Purple.
yeah. Okay, dokes. So Alphys. The big guy's looking at
Doing?
you. He looks at you. And he says some stuff in giant. To you.
Wait, he looks at me.
Because you're right next to him.
Okay.
And he looks at you. And says stuff in giant. So Thodin, Barely hears it because he's mostly mumbling it to you. So it's probably lost in translation. He picks up his great club and he smacks you with it.
Smacks me with it.
Of course he does.
Okay.
Or bam. You don't have this because you're not raging.
Okay, but what about the fact that because my Blessing of the Raven Queen, I'm resistant to all
And
damage?
now you have it. And
Okay,
it's 9 damage.
let me just update that.
Yeah. Good memory, buddy.
There we go. I am scratched.
Tis but a scratch.
That's also on you.
Oh wait, is that another attack to me?
Yeah, of course it is. You're the only one in his range.
What's that then? If it's half, if 15's
7.
half, would that be 7?
Yeah.
I've got a bigger scratch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you see, for some reason, when I was thinking about this whole resistance to all damage with the Blessing of the Raven Queen, for some reason I thought it meant like I was invulnerable. That's why I'd never moved away from. I was like, I'll be fine here.
That would be quite. I mean, it's really insanely powerful for a ratio as is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not many things in the game give you resistance to all damage as like a just have this from level 3 onwards bullshit.
Also, you're an elf, so you're also just good at perceiving shit too. Yeah, because you get your baseline elf stuff, like which alone is quite decent.
Mhm. Yeah, elf is a very strong race. Yeah, weirdly not as super popular as things like half elf. Weirdly.
You know why that is?
Range.
Oh yeah. Half elves.
They're the sexy race, right?
So, Odin,
Yes.
here we go.
Awesome.
You've just seen Elytra's teleport up there, and some shadowy wispiness, and then get smacked with a club. You've been there, bro.
Yep.
Elytra's was there moments ago, actually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's now also more flea bites than you're used to.
Yeah, there's like 4 flea bites now, instead of the usual
Mhm.
1.
NOP.
What would to climb off of this? What would the
It's just
Seven
double,
is-
double speed, so it'd be 10 to get off of it, that's it. As soon as you're off it,
Yeah.
you're back to normal.
right? So if I stood there, would I be able to touch that wall?
Sure. I
Um,
feel like I know where this is going.
yeah, you do to some effect.
So that's 30. Yep. Oh, I don't know why I grabbed you there. You move
Is
yourself.
this you're doing? Sorry.
Oh, we'll see. So move your token.
Right, sorry. So wrong one.
Yep.
Yes, you
So you stand next to the small rat collective.
here.
Yep.
Would that be within 5 feet to get to what the effectiveness I need?
I don't know what you mean. Now I need more details.
So from me to the giant, how high is it?
It is more than the 5 feet. It is quite. Oh, there's a random fly. It is quite significantly higher. It's like. We're moving back a bit. Where are we? What are we looking at? So. Realistically, it's probably about 20 foot. But you're pretty tall, so I'd say 15.
Right, okay. So what I'm thinking,
Mhm.
as you said, thinking out loud.
Mm-hmm.
You obviously know the spell I'm thinking of using.
Mhm.
For narrative reasons, it's a spell called Stone Shape. Yes, is that the one you're thinking of?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, what I'm thinking of is actually making, essentially turning this
Paste it in chat.
region. We'll just Minimize this one. You here.
Just so that means everybody can see it. Then. Right, now finish your thought process. What were you thinking? Right.
So I'm actually thinking of just turning this area into a slope, so it falls off.
Like a small passage. I mean, it sounds like you could do that.
The problem is you can do it like, I'd say you'll be able to touch the 10-foot up mark, right, from your height easy, right?
Mhm.
That seems fair, right? Because the first 5 foot, if you're like say 7 foot, 8 foot, you could easily touch the next lot up, right? So
Mhm.
you'd still be 5 foot short of where he is.
What's your strength mod?
Strength is 3.
Okay, so you can jump 5. You can jump 6 feet.
That would take me what I would technically need.
Nope, that would get you to 15, right?
15.
And you'd need to breach 15 to him, wouldn't you?
Right,
based on
give
that.
me a second. How many
That's how high jump
D20?
worked, wasn't it? Fleabag.
Yeah.
So he can jump what, 6 foot, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So if he can jump 6 foot, what height are you?
7'7", I'm sure I said.
Right. So
Yeah, 7'7".
right. So we're talking 7 because we're round down. Because the squares don't care about the 0.7. Or the.
Could I not just make a ladder to start with?
It depends how many 4th level slots you want to burn.
I can get them back.
I mean, you will get them back eventually, yeah. But like. it
No,
just
I could get them back now if I needed them.
But like also, it just depends how many you want to burn. Like
Aye.
that question still stands.
Yeah.
The only thing is though, making a 5 foot slope isn't exactly going to destabilize a 3x3 creature, right? Remember, these things are big.
Yeah, it would be called giants otherwise.
Yeah.
Um,
That's my point. Like, if it was like, turn stone to water in a 15-foot cube, sure, that'd probably suck. But they'd still get the chance to, like, react. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like, trying to grab the sides and stuff. But it would need to be something a bit more significant than a 5-foot shape. But
yeah.
obviously, if you started work now.
Yeah. I could get there eventually.
Yeah. Because it lasts.
Does that make it easier for?
Was that, sorry?
Well, if you did it just a bit here, would it make it easier for us to just climb?
I mean, you could just
Right.
start making
If-
stairs.
Yeah.
Just make stairs like here.
Just like, even if you're not knocking him down the thing, you could be helping us get to him. So I wouldn't discount it.
I just think, though, using 3 or 4 4th level slots just to make stairs up to there feels like a waste of
was even-
4th tier magic.
Even if it was just the first, one. As if, yeah.
No, but the first one would be stairs into rock wall. That wouldn't help you. That would be worse. It would need to keep going, right?
It would technically then be a shelter, like
Yeah, it would literally be like a wee cubby hole. You could, I suppose
Yeah.
you could shape the surface though to have handholds.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you can make it like handholds.
So yeah, you could do that, which is less of a staircase and more of
Yeah.
a ladder, I suppose, like rungs. Yeah. But regardless, it's still an expensive thing to do when you could just attempt a climbing check regardless, which is not a lot of 4th level slots.
Okay.
I'm not saying you shouldn't do your plan. I'm just saying that is an expensive plan when you're a caster.
Just a thought. It's just that's fine.
No, yeah, it's good to have though because it is a really good spell.
Yeah.
I like it because it's one of those imagination-based spells where it has a lot of applications if you can make it work.
I was also thinking. I don't know if any of you probably have.
I like the confidence.
Full Metal Alchemist type thing.
Yeah.
Like slap my hands together, touch the wall, things happen.
Mhm.
That's the way I was going with it.
Yep.
Actually,
So,
yeah, yes.
It's ironic though, because you're like 7-7 and Ed Elric was not.
It would be more
You calling me
Armstrong.
short? Oh yeah.
type thing rather than I would look like Armstrong doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This technique's been passed down the Goliath line for generations. Man, what a great character to. Yeah, you should maybe base your character more on him.
Yeah, next time, if this one dies, we'll see what happens.
I mean, if I know your next guy is going to be based on Armstrong, I can make this guy die. You just say the word.
And he's gone.
GM gets wish. Character died.
I can buy myself Wish, just FYI.
Yeah, I know. Let's not do that. Okay. In that case, I'm going to hit the guy.
for that. That's also not.
FYI, guys, as well, just in the Twitch chat. I don't know if you can actually see that or not, but I'll just.
Did you just do that?
Yeah, we can see.
Actually,
I'm just going to refund myself the points, to be honest, because I don't need to do that. It seems pointless. It just like the fact that it can be done.
So what inspiration? What was that? What would that entail?
It gives you advantage. You can
Right,
spend
okay,
inspiration to give you advantage. If you've still got the dragon ticked on the box above your saves, the inspiration box, because I let everybody start my games with inspiration because I hate it as a mechanic, to be honest. But it is such a it's a good part of 5e to have the option to reward people with inspiration, but the rules and how to get it suck. Which is why I made it channel points related. So, because then you had a bit more control over it. Regardless, what's your plan?
I'm going to hit him with guiding bolt.
Oh, good plan. What level are you going to cast it at? Nope.
Yes.
So it's going to be level
1.
Yep, it's going to be the first level, because if you don't tell me before you roll, it's the default.
That's fine.
That's a hit, by the way. Just FYI, that's a pretty damn good hit. It's also an amazing spell.
Yeah.
Click the damages. So guiding bolt.
So yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So what?
It's so good.
That one.
It's such a good spell.
Yeah.
Can you believe they gave this to one of the paladin oaths, immediately making it the best paladin oath?
Glory, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is literally made it the best one. So good.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Click on guiding bolt, by the way, the 19 under the 19 for me. That's the damage roll.
Level 1.
At level 1, it's still strong.
It's a 100. It's so solid. It's such a solid spell, and the only way to make it a bit more disgusting is Divine Soul Sorcerer can twin cast it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are the days.
And so you can twin cast this, and you can empower it. And because there's only one attack roll and one damage roll, you can use your Favoured by the Gods to make sure the attack hits, and you can use your Empowered on the damage roll to make sure it's big damage on 2 targets, and then both targets then grant advantage.
You could twin cast that in a paladin as well. Right?
Yeah.
Eldritch,
but that didn't exist at the time of when that
Yeah.
option came up. But yeah, it did. I think you
It's
can
just
take.
that it's a crazy spell.
Obviously, though, the benefit of you can either multi-class into it as a paladin as well if you really wanted to for the extra sorcery points. If you took the sorcery point feat,
charisma, paladin's charisma. Isn't it?
yeah, they were a good match. But yeah, regardless of all this nonsense, it is a disgusting thing to have from level 2 though as a sorcerer.
Oh yeah, it's obscene.
Yeah. It's one again. That's another staple of the game. That is such a solid spell. Also, it's a really good one if people are thinking about taking as a magic adept. Just to get a spell.
Yeah, meta magic adept. It's
No, I think it's just Magic Initiate. Sorry, that's the one I'm thinking
Oh,
of.
Magic Initiate. I'm sorry. I was
Yeah, the one where you just get a level 1 spell of the class you pick to be an initiate of. Because you just pick Cleric and pick this, and so long as your Wisdom's decent, you're sorted. So, it's just disgusting, quite frankly. Anyway, sorry. 15 damages. Yeah. I need to pip this with the colour. I'm going to pip it with orange. And I'm going to write orange means... That's fine. This is my orange though. Orange means grants
Reese's.
advantage to next attack.
That's very.
Well, that's close enough. And I also should probably do damage.
Oh,
A tackle. Close enough. We know what it means. So, that's pretty good. And then it does mean now, actually, synergy wise, Vanger, if you use your last channel divinity, that's double damage and also an advantage roll for Eltrus to try and Kamehameha into this with a strong attack.
True.
Oh,
It's
oh,
damn
what?
true.
If you didn't want to just take advantage of the advantage.
I'm not the biggest hitter in terms of my spells.
Keep in mind though,
don't have to be.
it is the next attack roll that matters on it, right? If you use, say, Sacred Flame type spells that cause saving throws, or Toll the Dead I think you have, you don't burn the advantage.
That's actually a fair point.
Because there's no attack roll made. It's good, isn't it?
It is good.
I've learned enough about the spellcasting to make sure I get the benefit of things like Guiding Bolt, because it's such a good spell. Right, so Thoden, anything else?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Um,
You hear it say, "Oh, bright." You know, it's like kind of like half trying to shield its eyes.
So that's a movement and an action. There's not really much. I can't equip a shield for a bonus action, can I?
No. Wouldn't that
No.
be the dream of most players that want to wear shields?
I forget I got Revivify as a class thing, and I've taken it as a thing.
Just
I'm an
you s-
idiot.
if this was old school D&D, you'd have heard it twice.
If only.
I'm actually really happy it's not how it works anymore. But yeah.
Just prefer nothing but it. It's stupidly strong.
Just prepare that as every spell slot. Yep.
Mhm.
I'm gonna burn 3
Aye.
level 1s to fuel this. Why isn't that how it works? Right? That bugs me. Why can't you burn 3 level 1 slots to fuel a level 3? As long as you can
Basically,
cast the level 3.
it would be like stealing from Sorcerer, I think is the reason.
It's not really though. Sorcerer has so many hoops to jump through for that. And they don't care about sorcerers anyway. We know this. Anyway, bitterness aside. Anything else, Toad? That you?
I'm assuming I couldn't heal myself as a bonus. Are you? No,
Why do you think you can't? Because the answer is you can't. But why do you think so?
because I can't use a leveled spell.
Correct. Yep, because Guiding Bolt's level 1. Yep.
So I'm just double checking.
That's cool. It's good to ask though, and it's good to know. Yep. Also, the
fine.
reason why Guiding Bolt's so disgusting because it's 4d6. Like,
Yeah.
it's actually just disgusting.
So if that's the case, how did it only hit 15? Or did it hit 19 as well? So 19 and 15?
No, you hit
The check.
with the 19, and the damage is the 15.
Right, okay, that's fine.
Because that's one attack, not 2. There's an attack part and a damage part. A hitty and a hearty.
Okay, that's fine.
Perfect. That's you. You're out of things to do unless you're going to do bonuses, but you said nope, so that's fine. I'm assuming you're going to keep a hold of a. What do you call it? I keep wanting to say. Yep, thank you. I was going to say Breath of the Wild?
Breath of Hotness.
Yeah. Breath of Halatosis. No. Vanger.
Yes, indeed. So
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't fucking notice that. I am a very stupid man.
Don't worry about it. You'll
Um,
fix it when you sleep.
I'm known for my wisdom, apparently, since I'm a fucking cleric. Clorud.
Coincidentally, what would you have taken? Do you know? Had you not?
Gun to my head for not thinking about that. I'm not sure off the top of my head. I'll have to.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Um,
That's probably a better position to be in, because if you had specifically taken Revivify at the cost of something else you wanted, then it's worse.
yeah, Revivify was what I wanted. I
Mhm.
forgot that I get it.
Yeah, your classes were very nice to you that way.
It's honestly, Grieve.
Anyway, what are you doing this turn? Don't worry about celebrating your
Grieve to
classes.
me.
We know they're good.
Isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, my brain is poor. I'm thinking. Right. I'm thinking at the moment. I probably will just use my thingy. My
Channel Divinity. Bad to the grave.
Yeah, my channel. In fact, I definitely will. So let me fire it into the chat again. Channel Divinity, Path to the Grave, Batal,
Bam.
Pithk. And that is
And
obviously
now the
on
purple to the
only
pink
option.
that Alexander had used before.
Hold on, actually, I'm in range, aren't I? No, I'm not. I move first.
Okay.
Watch your movement. Sorry, just
That'll be
I was
what,
going to say, only to be
20,
within
and it'll get me to there.
Yep,
That's 20, right?
that's 20, yep. Yeah, and you're there.
Go one past that, so I can go. Pick up. Oh my god! See that ping? That was me trying to pick it up.
that's
Anyway,
what it to me a minute ago. The last letter beforehand.
Yeah,
I think
they
it's
changed
because I
that.
do it too quickly after changing it sometimes. So
Yeah.
that should just be in range now.
You're in range by 5 feet extra. Remember, it's there.
Oh yeah. I told you I get confused.
It's okay. It's because the edges go that way, and it counts that because it's a 3x3. It's tricky. I know. Don't worry about it.
Listen, if anyone was under the impression I'm a smart man,
It's
I
because
am
D&D doesn't like
fucked.
circles. D&D maps don't care about circles, despite what they say about radiuses all the time. They don't care.
Right. Anyway, I don't think that I have anything particular to do other than that. So
There you go.
there you go. Yeah. So I'll gesture with the staff once more and say,
Hit him with your bishop.
bring him down, boys.
Excellent.
With a
Yeah.
degree of,
You gonna healing word yourself or somebody else, or
I'm not right now.
no problemo. Eltrus. So you'll have advantage if you attack him, and you'll do double damage if you attack him. How do you want to negotiate with him?
I want to negotiate with him by
It's when you-
attacking him.
When you hold up the player handbook to him and go, "Can you see how you're fucked right now if I attack you? This is how I want you to understand that we should just be allowed to pass."
Yeah, I don't see much point in going back into my rage. I don't want to use up another rage,
Fair.
and I don't really see a point of it.
It does add like 2 damage that then gets doubled.
That's also a good point, and I can't do my Ciora after it without going into my rage. Is that right?
You need to rage first, or you need to rage as a bonus action, and you
Okay.
get to use it when you activate it.
So no, yeah, don't do it then.
Oh yeah, because as soon as I activate the rage,
It's
it'll
later.
happen.
It's on a bonus action. You can use it at any point, but when you activate it, so you could hit, to benefit from everything in one go. Rage, and then get your extra attack with the rage bonus, and
Yeah.
throw in your Ciora in the middle, because that wouldn't matter, because you'll already have used the advantage and the Path of the Grave buff on the first hit anyway. So you could.
Yeah, right. Okay, let's do that then. So let's just do my attack and
So
then
normal
I'll
first. So make sure rage and all that's not ticked, and then do your normal one.
What, Ian, tick that. There we go. Tick it.
Remember, you can go into a rage and just not use your Ciora, but it's probably mathematically better to do it the way we just discussed, which was normal attack, rage, Ciora, extra attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Cool. So let's just go with my normal attack first. So, did you say I've got advantage on this?
Yep.
Yeah.
You do indeed.
Cool. Just click my
Look at that!
Yay!
Look at that, buddy!
Finally, it happened to someone.
Right, click. Great sword. Okay. So that's 40 damage
Nice.
because of Path of the
That is
Elf.
a nice.
So you now see
bonus.
why like Vanguard liked that Channel Divinity.
It's a good spell. It's not even a spell.
I
It's a
cast
good
double
thing I can
damage.
do.
It's disgusting, right? Can you see why I'd suggest that on your turn there, Vanguard? Because like you could just set up the heavy hitter.
I was thinking
Hmm.
about it, and yeah, I agree. Like none of the spells that I could have used would have been more impactful. I didn't see a desperate need to throw out a small amount of healing.
The good thing is though, obviously, if you find a way to do something on a bonus action, like see if you'd already had something like whatever wouldn't have burnt through, for example, the advantage. I don't know what you're gonna have. Maybe you'd have to meta magic into that. Never mind. Too long a winded story. I was gonna say if you even had
Yeah, I
like
probably
spirit
would have
weapon,
needed meta magic to get those as a.
but like spirit weapon would have used the advantage though. That was the only thing. So summoning the weapon to attack on bonus actions means you would still be burning the advantage, but it wouldn't necessarily burn Channel Divinity because you could use that after you've done your attack. So, yeah. Anyway, don't worry about it. It all worked out. So, yep, that's 40 damage.
40 damage. So
Guess what it says when it turns to you? After it's like trying to deal with the blinding light from below, and it looks at you and it goes,
oh,
"Ow!
no.
You just hit the thing for
Uh,
40 bloody damage." You should take pride in that, by the way. That's
Oh.
pretty good. As D&D achievements go, it's good. As Eltris, the elf pacifist, goes, you're a monster.
Oh, yo.
You're also not an elf
Um,
pacifist. We're just you're a soldier.
Speaking about how much of a pacifist I am, can I take my extra attack now?
Do you want to do that, or do you want to rage first and then take your extra attack?
Oh, let's rage first, yeah.
Okay.
Let's go into my rage,
Okay.
yeah. Do you want me to paste rage in or anything, or we'll
Yeah, just checkpoint it.
I'll stick it there as well.
Mark off a use
Check-
of rage.
Done.
Pip yourself ragey,
Oh, yeah.
and then tick all the boxes. And then I'll
That's
do
rage.
a dex save because I'm assuming you're gonna hit with Seora.
Yeah.
Wow. Guess I only roll 4s. So roll a d6.
Another 4.
He goes, "Oh,
Ryan, stop it. I'm going to stop playing.
I'm RPing the characters I play. Is it my fault you're stabbing them and then zapping them with lightning? No."
Okay. Can I stab him now?
Yeah, you can. Extra attack. Yep. This is a normal attack though. Unless you want to go reckless
Um,
to get advantage.
ah,
It's good, right? Oh, you don't have your blue pip anymore, by the way.
oh, should I take that off?
Yeah. That only lasted until your turn, remember?
I take it going reckless doesn't count as a bonus action or anything, does it?
No, that was just a thing you can go.
Um,
Oh look, Grimpy
What?
gave you inspiration for this. It won't matter if he goes reckless, by the way. Because you'll have advantage. FYI. So, do you want your money back? Or are you still happy to give him it?
Yeah.
I think he also has inspiration still, don't you?
I sure do.
Right, don't worry, I'll refund that to you, buddy.
I'm
Just
keeping that for a rainy day. But yeah, I'm
Okay.
going to go reckless, right? I'll just shove that in the chat. So I'll go reckless, okay? Just to get that
Sure.
sweet advantage. And then, what colour am I pipping myself if I'm in reckless?
Orange, I think it was.
red.
The reason why I don't want people to use red is because I tend to use red if I've expended things like reactions or like recharge moves.
Okay.
So I'm kind of trying to reserve that colour. That's why I've not used it yet.
Right, I'm just going to click Greatsword, okay?
It doesn't hit.
Whoops. Well, it was good while it lasted.
Is everything you're doing, you gonna move anywhere?
No.
So good. That's a good plan.
From
Fleabite.
.com.
Fleabite escaping.
We'd like to try and move like here.
Sure, give me the
Look
climbing
along.
test. As all 4 rats scamper up the wall.
1.
This could go badly because you could fall.
Oh my god!
Yeah, now you make it. And yes, pretty much.
It didn't pop up, but I just heard Colin
Go,
exclaiming.
oh
I was
god!
like, oh no.
It actually just came up roll character mancer stats.
And
What's your purple or your pink pip for?
my mates.
Yep, cool. I remember.
And then I want to.
Ready's
I
coming.
guess. Well, I guess could I then move 5 feet along one, or
Yeah.
you just to here?
Yeah,
So
sure.
not.
Yeah, plus it lets other people climb up.
Yeah.
Anything else?
And then I would like to draw my Here's a Sorrow
Okay.
and 2 Handsome. And I think I'll hold off on poisoning them because I think he's probably got a pretty good con score. And do a Green Flame Blade.
Okay.
And because Elch is there, I attack.
I'm gonna assume that was
Forget
sneak
that.
attack is what you're saying, so sure. Your audio is broken. That's fine.
Oh, rats.
There are rats. It does not hit. Alas.
Then I think I'll bonus action dash
Okay.
to here.
Sure.
I could have bonus disengaged, but then I wouldn't actually have any movement to move anywhere.
You
So.
still have movement because remember you can move through this thing without. Isn't that a small roll?
I can move through it. It's still difficult terrain.
Right. Okay. So you're still
But
at
otherwise,
5 foot, or are you done?
no, I'm done.
Okay.
I'll stay.
And well, so luckily he didn't hit. But he's now just confused as how you've managed to get there, because you were like there the last time he saw you or some shit. So yeah, you're a very confusing and fast rat, and now there's a lot of you. But Eltra's really hurt him. So he's gonna do this against Eltras. Attack 1, whabam! It hits, yay! It's okay, it's only 10 though because you're halving it, so that's yay.
Just out of curiosity.
Yes?
No, too late. No, never mind. It's okay.
Was it the reckless part you weren't sure about because I was getting advantage?
No, I was going to say about the danger sense.
Doesn't matter. Yep,
But
not a thing.
no.
Nope.
Okay.
But there, see if I was making you make a save that you could see.
Yeah. Then it would be a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I've taken off 10.
It's good to always ask. And then whabamzo. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't make it
It's fine. Well, shit, then. I'm gonna go click the button now, okay? Everybody
Yeah, that's
No.
bad.
get your Fs in chat ready? And then somebody want to add that up for me? So 31?
It adds up to 1.
Yeah.
31, so that's 15. Just look at that. Isn't it great being a barbarian when you get to half damage because you're raging?
Yeah, that's
Isn't
not
it,
as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to die.
can you now see why you always want to be raging? Can you now see that though, Tom? You were like, maybe I shouldn't rage, man. No, you
Yeah.
actually should always rage forever. I'd rather be at the stage of a fight where I'd used all my rages and then die than die and have like 3 rages or whatever in the bank.
Better to have raged and die than
Mhm.
die with rages unraged.
Correct. Agreed. That is actually probably good life advice. Kids at home, why are
That's
you in
good.
this channel? This is a mature channel. Get the fuck. Okay.
If you all want to take your F's back from the chat,
No, they're there. Waiting.
I-
The wrong shit.
Also, isn't it only you that put yours in?
yeah, it's just me. Yeah,
Sorry, no, I see Thoden's.
I will tell you what I will do though. Next best thing, right? Give me a sec.
2 seconds, it's Thoden's turn. Good, I'm done. I've done my actions, so yeah. Yeah, carry on. Sorry, Vanguard, what were you saying? Yep, yeah, exactly. There you go. They,
Peace in the chat.
they attend the potential funeral. Thoden.
So, question:
Yes, Beyonce.
Yes.
Can I action and then cast cantrip?
Your action probably is the cantrip, right?
I don't know. Is it?
It
Oh,
probably
yeah,
is.
one action.
Yeah, usually.
Nope.
It will.
Yeah, most
Yeah,
cantrips
most
are.
cantrips.
But I can't name a bonus action cantrip. But I feel like one might exist.
Shillelagh.
Yeah, I was gonna say there is one.
Shillelagh.
Shillelagh.
And
Oh, yeah.
Magic Stone.
Is Magic Stone a bonus? Well, that's nice. That's a bonus.
Focus magic stone.
It's a good cantrip, actually, Magic Stone. Good rocks. So what's your new plan?
I am going to use Toll of the Dead.
Nice.
Or Toll the Dead.
It's a good spell.
Yep. Which I will post in the chat so people can see it.
Cool. I'll do my whatever save it is. What is it? Is it wisdom?
Wisdom.
Okay.
So,
Webamzo. No, I fail it.
So, if the target is missing any hit points, it takes 1d12 necrotic damage.
Might I add, by the way, it doesn't, so it does more. It's I had this guy rolled an 18 on his other wisdom check when he had to insight something last session. Dear Christ, this guy is swingy. So it's actually because I see you read the bottom part of the spell card. This spell's damage increases 1 die when you reach 5th level, which means it becomes 2d8 or 2d12. And you are 8th level right now, right? Or
Yeah.
yeah, whatever level you are. You're that level, thus and so. So it's 2d12 because this thing has already taken damage.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll 2d12.
Uh,
Do you know how to do that with the quick roller at the side?
Yep.
Nope, that's not the quick roller at the side, but that's fine.
Oh, did you just mean?
No, there's literally a button you can push to do that. See the very left hand side at the bar, there's the d20 thing, and there's like a whole list of dice mechanics. Yeah. Look at that! Absolutely disgusting for a cantrip.
I'll take it.
It's damn good.
I'll not do anything else. That's sort of
He looks at Tom really angrily, and by that I mean Eltris. Mostly Tom just looks past Eltris at Tom, and he says angrily, "Ow!" Like
no, he doesn't.
somehow he feels you're still able to hurt him despite not swinging.
Oh, the poor baby.
Yeah, the poor giant baby. Anything else? Sudden?
No, that's about it. That's all I'm.
No worries. Finger.
So,
It's an excellent question. By which you mean right?
Meanwhile, back in this game.
I should throw a little bit of healing someone's way, and that person should be me because I am below him and therefore vulnerable. Right?
I mean, sure, yeah.
At the throwing
That-
of stones.
yeah.
And I'm gonna go there.
I would say
Surely-
I would say it's arguable that all of you are vulnerable, but that's fine.
Listen, you need the healer to heal.
I agree. Yep. I played a healer
Okay.
once and I was very adamant about staying alive.
So I'm going to cure wounds at level 2. Should I cure wounds at level 2?
You're going to get
Dude.
maximum, remember? So, may as well.
I'm thinking I should probably. I don't want to blow both my level 3 or either. I should say not both. Either my level 3 or level 4 just yet, in case of dire need.
Mm.
But I think a level 2 is a healthy slot to use.
If you always have slots above, there is technically no cost to the lower slots if you always have the above one, because you've always got one in the bag for whatever
So-
spell falls under it. So, right,
Level second level cast. I don't know why I phrased it
That's
that
fine.
way. So that brings me down to 1 second level slot.
That's 16 health plus 3, is it?
Indeedy. So 19.
It's not bad. I love. Oh,
and I'm
Beacon
not
Help's such
going
a
to
good
save
spell.
the health I'm on.
Perfect, thank you.
Look at that. That leaves me with a bonus action and not really much to do on it. So
Jeff Shiley?
yeah, that is my turn. Vangur is sort of huffing as he trots up the hill, slowly administering some sort of healing magics to himself, probably grumbling all the while.
Mm-hmm.
Steep.
Plus,
Hells, it's alright.
I love the
Giants.
implication that Cure Wounds is a more intensive spell because obviously A, it heals more, and B, you actually have to physically touch to do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's good. Good visuals.
I imagine it's a bit like the bit in Predator 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
when he grinds
I know the exact part you
tiles.
mean as well. Yep. Mm-hmm. Grinds up bathroom tiles, pours blue glow-in-the-dark glow stick liquid into it, and then stabs himself.
I don't think he gives a shit.
Great
Great
movie.
film. I know
Yeah.
a lot of people don't like it. I do.
I love it. It's brilliant. But anyway, Concrete Jungle aside.
Sorry,
Is
yes.
that you done?
It's my turnover.
Perfect. Eltris, it's back to you, buddy. You no longer are reckless unless you want to continue being.
No, I'll take that off.
It's a good tool to have, though, right? Like I actually
It's-
like. It's the only thing is though it is how you kill yourself as a barbarian, and you know it.
See, because I'm getting to the point in life now where I'm like, can I
On the
go
plus
bigger,
side, right?
go
See that
home?
great club that I hit you with? It was the first roll that got the 28, not the 9. Technically, the reckless was
Yeah,
just FYI.
yeah. Still doesn't matter. I do have a question for you though.
Okay, that's it.
My storm aura, right? When I use that, that doesn't get used as a bonus action, does it?
It is now a bonus action to use.
As a bonus action to use, right?
So
Okay.
on the turn, you get it. Is it not? Like it's a bonus action to cast
Mhm.
your rage, and then it happens, and then doesn't it say you can use your bonus action on each following turn to do it to somebody else?
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. 2 little seconds.
Yeah.
On each of your turns as a bonus, activate the
Yeah.
effect again on each of your turns as a bonus action. Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, I'm not going to use it right
Okay.
on this turn because I would like to use this instead, Ryan.
Okay.
Okay. Which also uses up one of my rages.
Yep.
Um,
So despite
But-
all your rage, you turn to the 4 rats, possibly at some point in their lives, having spent some time in a cage, and then you heal yourself. For an unrelated reference.
okay.
Guess the best thing about that is
Um,
you get max health. Beacon of Hope, baby.
Wait, what?
Beacon
Yeah,
of Hope.
20 health.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
wait, so do I get full health?
Yeah, you do, because of Beacon of Hope.
Oh holy shit, that's so fucking good.
I told you, the spell is great. The only problem is it's one of those, let's just prepare to be damaged, guys, right at the start of a fight type spells. And it goes up, and then the person casting it needs to obviously hold on to it. Luckily, Thoden's not really been hit since, though, which is great. So he's not had to try and nothing's challenged his concentration.
Well, that's absolutely fucking amazing. So I've put myself back up to full health.
Were you
Um,
missing 20 exact health?
I was. Wait, what?
Yeah,
I was
so
down
go
to-
back. You need to go and
Right.
undo all that.
That's where I was.
You get 20 health back.
Oh, I get 20 health back. Right,
Didn't-
okay.
Yeah, read your ability.
Wait,
4
what did you think it was? Did you
D4.
think it was
Don't confuse. No, sorry. Read the ability, Tom. Right.
4d4 plus 4.
That is 20. Right.
Oh, that's what you mean by full. See,
Because
you said
Beacon of
full,
Hope
thought you
maximizes the healing you
I
can
made the
get.
point to go out my way to see that wasn't what it was earlier because
Yeah. So you don't get max health
yeah,
from a healing source. You get the
Yes.
max health that source can provide.
yeah, so it's the maximum
Right.
possible,
Also, good
right?
night, Diamond. Good night.
Good night, whoever left.
So that would be 20 in total then, yeah?
So you get 20 health back. You do not go to max health. So it is still great. It's just not as great as you thought it was.
Well, that's kind of shit, actually. No, I'm joking. There.
It's not bad considering the max you could like the least you can get from yours is 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's significantly better than getting the least.
Especially in this exact
But I
situation.
do like that it's once a day.
Yep.
Okay, so on
Did you mark off a
that
red
note-
juice? Yeah.
I have now.
Good.
And then on that note, I will just do my extra attack. Well, not my extra attack, do my first attack.
You
extra
always
attack.
say that. You always say, "Oh, do my extra attack." Like, no, you need to start with the attack first. Then you get.
I'll do my
one.
extra attack first and
The
then
answer
do my.
is no. You actually can't.
Yep, that's genuinely true.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm just going to go swinging in with my great sword then,
Yep.
okay?
I honestly thought you were going to say with my extra attack. I don't know why you've got advantage still, but yeah, it's a 23 will
Well,
hit
I'm doing it.
regardless. It's fine. A
Yeah,
23 will
later.
hit anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, either way, I just take the first roll regardless. Okay, so that's what 12.
Yes.
'Kay.
And then.
It
I
goes,
can do my-
ah!
Oh, Ryan, stop it.
It's like pulling his hands up defensively.
Oh, it's getting worse.
It is getting
I've
worse.
I've turned advantage off. Okay, I went back to normal, so I can do my extra attack now. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. It misses. The defensive hands are clearly working.
Yeah. What a clever boy.
Oh dear.
And
And
yeah,
random organisers.
That you bud, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Fleabag.
I'm going to steady aim
Oh.
as my class way of just giving myself advantage.
Ridiculous. But yep.
Then do my do another green flame blade.
Grann i my bled.
Yeah. That hits. I see that we're sneak attacking as well.
Indeed.
Add all that up.
26.
Cool. You get,
No, 24. 24.
you get your temp HP, buddy. So, what's that? 3 temp HP?
Yeah.
So you go back to having 3 temp HP.
Nice.
Yeah.
You continue having.
So, Fleabag has been very good at picking the exact moments to snipe the kills. If this was
Yeah.
old school D&D, he would get all the XP. Because it's a terrible system.
It's very
It was awful.
um,
I would.
online type thing.
I cannot imagine enjoying a game like that. But that's obviously because there were really a lot of competitiveness in me. But so I'm going to stick in turn order very briefly to ask the group. We have 2 dead giants. Fleaway. you say anything at this point, or do you? Oh,
Probably there's a exclamation as it tumbles to the ground, and just like, "Meh. Yes, flea bite is bestest. No giant things. All die.
fair. And although arguably, did Vanger steal the kill from Fleabite by resurrecting him? Because Fleabite did help that. That's a strange one. Fleabite's a complex
I
creature.
still got the soul sucking defense from it, so
Yep. Okay. Thoden,
Mm-hmm.
you maintaining your spell? You letting it drop? Are you saying anything to anyone? What's happening?
I think I'll maintain it until we can all heal, unless we're going to rest after.
I mean, you tell me. Are you going to tell them to rest after? Or are you going to cast healing spells now? Like what? Like this is your turn. Which is why I'm saying it, because you have 5 rounds of that spell left, which means if you want to make the most of it, use it now. If you just intend to go set up a camp somewhere, do so. But you probably have a lot of a journey ahead of you, which could just be straight into another fight. So it's up to you. This is the choice you have to make.
How long can you hold that for?
He's got 5 more
Another
turns,
5 turns.
because a minute each time.
So not long enough for me to do my big group heal. Not that it'd be necessary.
No, Prayer of Healing is definitely a short rest move.
Yeah.
Like it's really designed to be done on short rests, really.
Ideally, we do a short rest so I can change up my skills.
No, long rests are the only way you can
A
change
long
spell
rest only?
lists. Yep.
I'm happy for a short rest.
Say that again, sorry?
Yeah, unsurprisingly, the warlock is happy for a short rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do we group up and then short rest?
Plus, you get to roll hit dice on a short rest anyway.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So, does that mean we're coming out of the initiative order? Because then everything drops off. So that includes like the Rage, the Mirror Image, and the Beacon of Hope. Or do people want the benefit of Beacon of Hope to cast healing spells now while it's maximized?
Oh, do we heal on a short rest then? Or
You heal in a short rest by either like casting spells or
Gotcha.
using your hit dice.
Yeah.
And the way hit dice work are you roll hit dice to get health back. And then you don't get hit dice back until you long rest, and you only get half the number you're missing back. It's a really weirdly jank rule. But you've got 8, and if you had obviously spent 3, you'd only get 1 back on a long rest. It's kind of crappy. Yeah.
I think just now then, I will cast Healing Ward on myself.
What level?
Because
remember, you just get
what?
max health. Okay. That
Okay,
is
cool.
what, 7 health you'll get back? So just mark off the spell slot, and then you'll get. Look at that. He even rolled it for me. Perfect. 7 health. Okay. It might be.
Anybody else need a quick heal?
So we're sticking in turn order.
Not bad.
I was going to say, we're sticking in turn order. I
Oh,
don't
well,
mind doing that. But you could easily say to people, you might want to make the most of Beacon of Hope, blah blah blah. Right? That's definitely something that I would say that Thoden would maybe want to say, if you're maintaining that spell for that reason. Because obviously you've only got like 30 seconds of it
Yeah.
in conversation, as it were. So basically,
yeah.
it'd be one of those, if you want to heal now type moments from the
Mhm.
conversation. But I'll skip to Vanguard. What do you want to do in your turn, Vanguard?
I want to continue moving.
No, this part is the Beacon of Hope part of the conversation.
Don't want to do anything more. I'm not playing.
That's
any
fine.
spells,
Fleabite and Eltris, are you doing anything that would impact Beacon of
It's
Hope?
not on me anyway, so
I mean, you could heal something else if you had the ability, but I don't think you do, so that's fine.
Well, I did see that it does count for healing potions. It's like, it's not just magic.
Yeah.
But I'm not giving anyone it.
Yeah, I figured as much. Yep.
Can I add Flea Bite to it?
You'd need to recast it. And be closer.
And Flea Bite's the least damaged, I think, so it's okay.
Yeah. Right, so we're back to you, Thoden. You gonna do any more spells? Because you can now offer somebody else or yourself healing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anyone else need a heal?
Normally combat would just end, by the way, and we would stop tracking initiative. The reason I'm still tracking it is for you to get the most out of this spell.
Mm.
See, if it's anything, I'm not going to obviously talk about hit points because that's illegal. But I'd
It
say
is
I'm
illegal.
half dead.
Remember I told you, I don't mind if you say that you're staggered or bloodied, whatever term you prefer, and that just means you're half or less.
I
Is
am
it
pretty
bloodied or blooded? Not that there's a meaningful difference, but
Bloodied is what I would say, not blooded.
Yeah, because I think blooded.
Blooded means you're a predator who has achieved your first hunt,
Yeah.
and you are blooded. Bloodied means you've
a
been beat up.
use of it. I think there may be other uses. I'm not sure.
I mean, that was just my play on the fact that we'd spoke about predator already, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also that is like you get blooded in your first hunt in
Hmm.
fox hunting. I think is one of them.
I don't know. Down with that sort of thing. But anyway, so, Thoden, what are you doing? Any more spells getting cast? Because if not, it's pretty much the last turn to really make a decision, because if you're going to keep it up to cast more spells, you'd do that, whereas you've not seen anybody else cast healing magic in the last time you did, so you'd probably let it drop if you weren't going to cast anymore. Makes sense? So
Yeah, I'll do
you
that.
can, as I said, you can still cast more healing magic if you want to, and still benefit
I'll
from the
just
next
go.
4 turns of it, because you do have, another bunch of turns, but it's only up to you if you want to do that or not. So what's the plan? Yay or nay?
I'll throw a healing word Eldritch's way.
What level?
Go 4.
Woofed. Nice. So, what's that going to be? 19 health?
I don't know. 2 seconds, I'll tell you. Go 4. That didn't change.
If you highlight it, you've got 1d4 plus 3, and then above it, you've got 3d4.
Oh, okay.
So, 4 4s are 16, plus the 3 from your wisdom is 19. So yeah, it's 19 health.
Alright.
So Eltrist, you get 19 more healths.
And I will stop concentrating on Beacon of Hope.
No per limit. Okay. So, in that case, I can really get rid of the turn order, quite frankly. And arguably, that entire scene. Because we can just end the session there. We'll pick back up from that point next time.
We got through a combat quite nicely, I think.
Yeah, right? And these are all in fairly good condition, right? You might have burnt through a bunch of spells, but these are all still in pretty good condition, quite frankly. Like, given the weight of the fight. So, what are you calling the session?
30's 30. Sorry, I should type it in.
13's Hurteen, I thought was the suggestion, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Is there a better title? I'm not saying I don't like that one.
any thoughts?
Tyrannosaurus bonus action is fun.
That was me.
That was.
How about
Oh no.
Oh.
I'm gonna like clip
Equally-
all the way of, like every time this guy got hit.
Should have clipped all of it. This is possibly my finest role playing I have ever done as these guys, by the way. Just so you know. Absolute awful. Immediately, when you guys went to start talking, I immediately regretted making it these guys. As soon as I realised, I'm like, God, I'll need to speak.
Yeah, I suppose. Like,
Mhm. It's trying to be realistic in a fantasy setting when you don't have like bases, while not being offensive. Right? There's a lot of like intersections in there that are treacherous. That's almost like the fucking haiku you've started as Thodin as you reflect on the battle. In the footsteps of giants, snow more. I also quite like Rocks Fell, Nobody Died. Right. What's we got? So, what's winning? I see one vote. Seems to be a new rat emoticon.
Yeah, it's basically the same, but it's just right here.
It's the same, but rattier. What do you
Give it
think?
a go.
Don't worry, we've all been there. There is no shame in the shame cube.
yeah, I had to. I'm being neutral.
You're just not gonna vote.
Yeah, I really don't know what to vote.
It's fine. That means 13's Hurteen will be the winner as soon as Tom edits it and puts it in caps. It's just so that I can. Yeah, exactly.
I was expecting everything to be in caps like you were shouting.
This one hasn't been voted for. No, I'm kidding. Let me just put that over. It's just,
Make the P and the H capital. It's the second H and then the second T.
so goals. Not reached the site of Barris. We've not decided to fate the Dragon Egg. We've not investigated the mountain for the blueprints or the wood is. We've not got closure for Uric. We've not fashioned cold weather gear. We have not found purpose in life where the gifts have been given. We have not kept the party alive until we reached up the mountain yet, but it is looking good so far.
Underway.
Yeah. And we don't have a possible relocation for the tribe on top of the mountain yet. However, you did kill 2 giants, which is XP. So that's nice. So everybody gets 1,000 XP.
Ooh, very nice.
Very nice. I decided to round up because I'm nice.
We did kill one twice.
900.
Yep, but I technically kill one twice.
No, technically you brought it back. You don't get to double dip that way, otherwise people would do that in combat all the time.
It's called cheesing.
I would 100% do that if that's how that mechanic worked.
Sorry, I'm saying
Like,
just
completely. Right, yeah, 100%. You ready your action to kill him once I have cast my spell to bring him back. Perfect.
But would the party get the full thing for that, or would it just be the person killing it? Like, that's...
It just wouldn't work because GM should call
Yeah.
it bullshit. And I actually also just can't maths apparently. 38900. What we're on?
Yeah.
Look at that. You're under 10k to the next level.
It's
We're
something.
good. Yeah. That's just 10 more of those fights. You could handle that, right?
I would need more spells.
Not right now.
I'm running low.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we can. What do you mean, guys? We're fine.
Just a short rest, and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, for that one spell you cast where you teleported yourself to hand somebody gems.
And I summoned my mates. I did it a turn too late, but I did summon my mates.
Sure. Yep. Yep. Yeah. We need you something that can hit further away. I think that's what we have discovered. Maybe you don't agree with that, but like, yeah, I think you've now learned the problem, at least with Fleabite's build, if you would consider it a problem. You might not. Did everybody update their totals on their XP sheets?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, 38900. Excellent. So, as for goals, is anybody changing their goals?
Time being.
Fleabite?
Nope.
Nope. Thoden?
No, I'm not. But technically, Fleabite obviously hasn't done it yet, but it could do it using the skins of the giants.
Probably not.
Oh yes, I'm way ahead of you there.
I'm also saying probably not. That's fine.
Doesn't stop him trying.
Correct. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Giant skin. Ugh. But either way, none of that's happened yet, so that's fine. And nobody's changing the goals, so that's fine too. Perfect. We're on to wrap up chat time. Eltrus the Battered. Look at that.
What you
Look
call me?
Eltrus the Battered.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because you were hit quite a lot.
Yeah, and I'm still standing.
How good are barbarians, right?
Yeah.
Remember when I said, oh dear gods, are barbarians, should our eyes kind of broken? Remember when I said that to you in character, Jen? They were like, okay, I'll laugh at this, but I don't really get why. Now do you see why I said that?
Yeah, and now I'll laugh at it even more.
Right? It's good. It's good.
Now I do.
Now my laugh's irrelevant. It is good.
But yeah, wrap up wise thing, that's pretty funny.
Eltrus John is actually pretty good, I'm not going to lie. Well done.
I don't know why we didn't think of this before. But yeah, I'm starting to think that every time the giant looked at me and I shed a little tear for him, I'm starting to think it was maybe some sort of crocodile rock tears.
Okay.
That's another Elton John reference. I don't think it really hit. Never mind.
That's a weird one. It's
yeah.
I mean, crocodile tears are a bit more...
Yes, this is a stock phrase, really.
Yeah, and also, like, is it Crocodile Shoes that was, what's his face? Other singer? No. Elton John.
No idea. Probably.
Oh,
That's the thing that people do.
Crocodile Shoes.
We're like,
and then click on
Right,
images.
What's his name? Jimmy Neal, right? Written in series. That's a series.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm sure like on Crocodile Rock. Was it Crocodile Rock?
Anyway, besides that, continue your wrap up, chat, please.
Yeah. It was good. I'm definitely going to go and rewatch it and just make a big compilation of all the times you broke my heart.
Oh, wow. Strap in, buddy.
yeah.
It's a whole campaign ahead of you.
But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it.
How do you feel about Eltrus's build and such now that you've kind of got to see a bit more of an action this far in, right?
Like, there's been so many times that I've been like, if, for instance, I was playing like a video game, right? You know what I mean? I'd be dead by now. Like, I'd been dead sessions ago. I'm not, and I'm kind of like, hey, this is kind of surprising, and I kind of love it, you know?
It is a very skewed version of D&D though, right? See, playing a barbarian is a very different kettle of fish than playing a caster or something in D&D. Like, how bad's the headache with spells so far, Thoden? Is it bad for you yet? Because it's awful for me.
It's getting there. It's not
Mhm.
there quite yet. Obviously, I'm still learning.
Yep.
I've not actually had time to look at it, and I'm obviously doing it on the fly
I
during.
mean, keep in mind, Tom was the same, right? Tom was,
Mhm.
you know,
Oh,
fairly,
yeah, 100%.
fairly inexperienced as well when he joined. But yeah,
There's
it's
still a lot of stuff that confuses me. Like, there's still a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because rage isn't a short paragraph, quite frankly.
No.
Yeah, like sadly D&D is wordy. It's very wordy with a lot of their abilities. But sadly, you want to know those words because they're usually good for you. No, I think Elish has done pretty well. I mean, right? You've come a long way since being beat up by a giant blood monster in a sewer that then apparently made you the chosen one. So,
Yeah, I have. Definitely. I think the only other thing that I would say is I feel like my goal is very vague, but obviously I don't
yeah,
want to
because
change
the
it.
point was that
to
you're going to
build
start
up.
refining it, remember? So feel free to change it to
Yeah.
make it more specific so we know when it's actually going to work. Because at
Yeah,
the
I
moment,
think-
I don't know when you cash that in, right? Because it's so
me neither.
vague. The reason why is it's a placeholder till you come up with a more specific thing.
Mhm.
So please don't feel bad about changing it. I encourage you to change it so you can get XP.
I will change it at some point. I don't know what to change it to yet. I was kind of thinking something like, you mean because he's a barbarian and because he's kind of tanky, I was kind of thinking maybe something like protect the rest. But it's just the same as Fangers really about
Yeah.
keeping the party alive. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm now trying to
You have to get like super obscure when you avoid overlap like that. So you end up with
Mhm.
like make sure that for example, Vanguard takes no damage during the next adventure. Blah blah blah. Like yeah, it becomes super jank. So I don't really like mechanical based like goals. Generally,
Mhm.
base your goals in things your player or character has experienced in the game, not is going to experience, but has experienced. Thus, you can say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I met that guy. Let me see if I can make him my friend." That's a great goal. But saying, "I'll make the next NPC I find a friend" is a terrible goal. Still achievable, but it's a terrible goal versus make that one specific guy I know exists be my friend. You can gauge the difficulty of that. So
Because what I was kind of thinking was obviously, I know that I can kind of hold my own ground and stuff when it does come to the combat stuff. You know what I mean? But I think obviously the kind of downfall for me is the RP because I'm not used to that side of this. You know what I mean? So it's like if it was something RP wise, if that makes sense, like talking meta, obviously, and it was something kind of RP wise. You know what I mean? Like I think that would be the best kind of direction to go because it's going to help me understand Eltrus a bit more as well. You know, because I'd be trying to think of like what would Eltrus
well,
want
remember
to
we were
be.
talking about basing characters on other characters that you know inside out, right? Like I
Mhm.
think it's something you think will be constructive to your like support toolbox, right? You want to like teach yourself. This is what I've done as well for my RP career. Like teach yourself as many tools as you can, to handle like the one I told you about picking 3 things definitively about your character that you always want to try and convey in a
Mhm.
conversation. Honestly, it's the best advice I can give for like a newbie that doesn't want to go beyond that. It can go, I want to be friendly, helpful, and quiet. How do I do that in a scene? Okay, I wait till everybody else is gone, so I'll sit quiet during the campfire. When everybody else is tucking in, when you're doing your watch, I'll come sit next to you and I'll say very quietly so nobody else hears, do you want company on the watch? I've already just decided I'll be helpful and friendly and quiet because I kept it till everybody else went to sleep. Right? You see,
Yeah.
like it is a really good way of like giving yourself like framework to kind of stay within RP wise. So if it works for you, use it. If it doesn't, work out why it didn't work for you, and then adapt, move forward, pick something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like if you pick a word you don't like, you don't need to stay that way. You can just say, okay, that didn't work out, doesn't gel with what I want for the character. And sometimes there is a massive period of time where you need to try and like settle into the shoes of the character you've made. Because, yeah, while I have a good idea of what I want mechanically in my head most of the time, RP wise, I very rarely know what personality is gonna like hit in with the character until I've at least felt the vibe of the group more so than anything else. Because if everybody plays selfish characters in the group, I have less concerns about being selfish as a character. But if everybody's playing like normal, helpful adventurers, I'd feel bad playing a selfish character. So I definitely like to feel the vibe of the group first, and then like settle into the personality I want to give them. But again, you need to find stuff that works for you. Because
Yeah.
me RPing versus you RPing, it's always going to be the same problem you'll hit because you're the problems that might not hit me, and vice versa. Like, I felt bad making these guys sound as dumb as they were. I'm like, but they are really dumb statistically. But
I felt bad about it too.
the sheer level of insight those giants had was disgusting. And I loved it. Despite having like a non-bonus to that role. It's great. Just, yeah. It's like, because at that point where you were casting magic, I was kind of hoping that they would think they were being tricked. And they didn't. They knew exactly what was going on. Like, damn it, I can't even start the fight myself. Fuck's sake. But I'd rather that was how the dice fell, right? It's more interesting that you technically caused the fight that way due to, like, the threat that never quite landed the way you wanted it to. It makes the scene more player responsible than, like, me forcing a fight that you can get past by negotiations, because if it worked your way, you'd have got past, right? But then that's why we use dice, because it's exciting to see what does happen. And you would have got XP for passing it as well, FYI. I just wanted to let you know transparently, like, I wouldn't have forced the fight if it didn't need to happen. Likewise, if you'd given them Vanger, maybe you could have avoided the fight. And Vanger could just have turned into, like, a rat and scurried away. Or a spider or something.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but then if I'd done that, I'd had 1 hit point, and these creatures would probably have still been faster
No,
than
you'd
me.
have all your hit points and represented as 1 extra. Remember, Wild Shape buys you extra health. It doesn't take away your existing health. So as a
Like
spider,
Dawn,
you'd have
isn't it?
1 health. But then as soon as they take that away, everything else spills over onto your normal health.
Right.
It's nice. It's actually brilliant. It's
Oh.
ablative health on top of everything. It's great. That's why Wild Shape's amazing. Why you always want to have something like a great animal in the bag somewhere that has a lot of health. Just to go, I need more health now. This animal will do. Doesn't matter what it is. I just need the health box. Just to soak a hit. It's good. Yeah, anything else, Eldris?
No, I think that's pretty much everything. Just as always, thank you for having me.
No, you're welcome. I'm glad you were emotionally attached to the actions you took for that way. It was good. It's good. That's the type of stuff that you want to lean into, because now you can take Eltris after this fight and go, how do I feel about having killed these 2 things that just lived here? Right? Because they weren't, like, one of them did lie to you. Right? He did say, okay. And then as soon as his pal woke up, he goes, hit them. Right? So.
But Elvis didn't know that, so
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
But obviously, Thoden could tell you the entire detail if you believe him. But what I mean is, this is good stuff you can then start basing your character's beliefs on. Like, you can set the the short rest that you might start the next session with or whatever, and actually go through that as an RP. You can say, did we do the right thing here, guys, or whatever? Use it as an opportunity, right? Reflect on what's just happened all the time, and bring it into the RP, because your character will have thoughts about it, even if you don't necessarily, because you like getting XP from killing them, right? Character might be like, damn, are we the bad guys? Right?
Are we the bad guys?
Or you're like, man, they were dumb. Why did they stand in their way? They could have just took the berries and everybody could have lived. Right? Like, that can be your outlook as well. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, Fleabite.
It was a lot of fun. It was good to see everyone sort of coming into
Or just see
their
everyone,
strengths.
full stop. Yeah?
I would be interested to see if you went back and didn't have all the damage that Eltris took. How much health would you have lost?
All of it. Probably.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah, how many times
You
would
could
we
say
needed to res you?
twice over, in fact, the damage you took, you could say. He had a fair good
So-
chunk of damage himself, though. Like, he definitely put out the damage. Like, that combo of
Mm,
Guiding
Mhm.
Bolt and then Channel Divinity with Path of the Grave and then setting up Eltris to hit was like, it was just nice. It was very nicely done.
yeah, it's sort of seeing the
There's some good group
the
synergy.
tank and the damage.
Also, sorry to talk over you there, but yeah, there was some good group synergy. Just wanted to highlight that, guys. You actually are, like, the ability to buff damage and give advantage to other people and tank while having maximized healing. Damn, that's a good group.
Yeah.
And Fleabite.
You're welcome. Just honestly, mate.
Sorry, continue please, Fleabite.
Yeah, and Fleabite, and how else would you have gotten those 3
Yeah.
gems worth 100 each?
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
forgetting made all this possible.
Fleabite, despite being primarily a warlock, I think you're more warlock than anything else.
I'm actually even now.
You're even now. You definitely function as more of a roguish role.
Mm.
Mhm.
I think even mostly
Skirting
Warlock.
around the edges of the fight, chucking things, doing underhanded strategies, you taking advantage of advantage.
Yep.
You know, it definitely reads very roguish, even though you're using Green Flame Blade a lot.
That's more warp fiery as well. Really.
Yeah.
It's definitely in keeping thematically with the green energy vibes of Fleabite, which is cool.
Mhm.
I would actually, you might find this interesting. I was looking at, I think I've saved it somewhere. A Warhammer Warcraft conversion mod for D&D. It's an unofficial one that's really good. And one of the Green Flame Blade was like an example of something that they reflavored for enhancement shamans. So it's like Flame Lash Breath and things like that. So there are quite a lot of interesting like melee attack spells now.
Mm-hmm. It's good. It's a really nice thing that the system's added in, like having like Booming Blade and even just Lightning Lure. I love Lightning Lure as a cantrip.
Yeah.
And
It's
such a
very
great one.
flavorful if you want to do something like.
It's just nice to have lightning cantrips that aren't just the thunder ones, because obviously everybody throws thunder and lightning together, but just
thunder
making loud
sound.
noises is dull versus having lightning moves, which is cool. Because Shocking Grasp is kind of boring. It's a great cantrip, but it's not visually cool like shooting lightning whips at people. Anyway, so sorry, Fleabite, please continue.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that does sort of the resurrection spell using the gems did very much remind me of the Warhammer Fantasy roleplay with using a blob of glue and your spell to lock a lock.
Mm-hmm.
It's just having all the other spell components going on and then also the jewels.
It's great. I love that specific example you give, because it's just, yes, we'll cast all this magic and then we'll just pour glue in the lock. Yep.
Yeah.
So dumb.
And yeah, no, I did enjoy like that was a very big like open map. Well, actually, no, it wasn't open, but it was a big map.
It was open. It was just tiered, right?
Yes. And having also just checking psychic dagger around was also fun, and accidentally, I would love it to appear intentional, but accidentally hitting the last hits on the two suck their soul in.
And Thoden also got a last hit as well. Yep.
True, it's true.
Mm-hmm. 3 last hits on 2 targets. Gotta love it.
Interesting to see how much it'll be interesting to see how much sustain we've got. Like personally, short rest would be fine, but I know the rest of you might like a bit more. And yeah, I really, I'd just forgotten that was a spell that I had that was like part of my move set of something. So I definitely would have done that instead of trying to long range a stone.
Yeah, I think because you're quite averse to like delving into the magic side of Fleabite quite a bit, that yeah, like you seem happy to delve into the psychic stuff, which I don't blame you. Soul Knife as a subclass is amazing. Well done for making Rogue interesting, by the way, Wizards of the Coast. Well done. But man, like having it's a nice ranged attack you've got with the 60 feet, but I definitely feel like that's the only downside I think to your build, is that you do have a range cap, because you can cancel your disadvantage by like your bonus action move, right? The one that gives you like is it Train or whatever it is, whatever that move's called. So you can get rid of the long range penalty you can get rid of, but just not having to deal with that would be nice. But that's the only thing I'd say your build's like missing. I wouldn't say lacking, I would just say missing, because nobody really lacks anything if you're built the way you enjoy playing.
Because the 60 feet is pretty good, and then just with pretty generous movement usually.
Yeah, your movement's disgusting, to be honest. I think it's whatever 35 times 3 is. Yeah,
like
105. So yeah, it's a lot of movement.
And yeah, just trying to stay out of being attacked. I was kind of annoyed the one time I got attacked. It was it. Usually I can dodge a few, but
Roll20 is a fickle mistress with me, as you know.
And I think it all broke our way for the most part, which was good. And although when Angela, I think, got that crit on Eltrus. That was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how quickly Tom can come up with another character.
To be fair, easy. We have, was it 12 or is it 11? 11 siblings?
Yeah, see, I was thinking, but I'll just take over one of those. Like that.
Yeah, like legit. Just we've got backups. Yeah. He rolled for how many siblings as a joke, and we got, I think it was 11. I'm like,
Yeah.
let's just go through all of them. So we did.
Well done, team. All playing
Mhm.
together.
As I said, the synergy was disgusting. Actually, it was really good. It's why I pointed it out when it was obviously Colin's turn coming up, and I was like, legit, you should just do your Path of the Grave thing here. It's too good not to do now, because Guiding Bolt just landed. It's granting advantage. It's the best part of Guiding Bolt besides the 4d6 and the 120 foot range or whatever the ridiculous range on Guiding Bolt is, which is amazing. Which bugs me because the Baldur's Gate 3 game reduced its range to like the equivalent of like a 60 foot spell. And I'm like, why did you do this? This is awful. Like its range is part of it. So yeah, that and then Path of the Grave just doubling damage is just disgusting. But I think it just goes to show what you guys are capable of if you do hit out with like if you want something to die, you can make it go away quickly if you do plan your turns in the right order. And don't let things like, little tiny sparks of sea auras take away nice buffs at the wrong times. Anything else,
To
Fleabit?
be fair, I did shout that out. Just to
That was
make
good.
sure.
It was good to see.
Mhm. Yeah, all good.
That was good. Thodun,
Yes.
how goes those storms you're watching, buddy?
That going? That going, my friend?
How are you finding Thodun now? Now that you got a slightly less clunky run at him.
Yeah.
It's good to learn spells though, right?
No, exactly. It's good to actually get it.
And
Remember,
now, at least you look impressive, if not awkward, right? Because
Yeah.
it was an awkward spell, but the fact that you were able to do it is cool.
Mhm.
That must buy you nice
To answer
points.
the previous question, Guiding Bolt's range is 120 feet.
That's what I said. Yeah, 120
Aye.
feet. And then the video game changed it like about the equivalent of a 60 foot spell, and I dislike that.
Aye.
I hate that. It's like I love Guiding Bolt because it's a ridiculously good range. It's 46 damage. It's level 1, and it grants advantage, and it's radiant damage, which is like fairly rare as a resist.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's actually arguably too good for a level 1 spell.
Yeah,
man.
I think you can make that argument quite
Yeah.
fairly.
Well, be prepared to see a lot of it.
To be fair, so is Inflict Wounds, but that's a touch though requirement, so that seems
Yeah.
balanced.
The thing that with one of the things is though, like you've got a spell that is designed to benefit primarily, I would say, other people, right? You're doing Guiding Bolt. You want a good range on it because you might well be doing essentially what I was doing, which is setting someone else up for their big hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Arguably,
I mean,
though,
that's-
you think
that's sort
you're
of-
surprised it came with damage, though, right? Because surely it would be like you just point at somebody within 120 foot and it grants advantage, level 1 spell done. That's normally what you'd expect from the way
Yeah.
they've balanced a bunch of spells. But they went, oh, so just have 46 damage, and someone went, what? Yeah, okay. And somehow
Yeah,
it
it's
got in
kind
the
of a
book.
loopy straw.
Then again,
I
they
think
didn't
that-
balance a lot of spells, so that's fine.
The range is at least as important as the damage because the range is what allows it to be valuable to other ranged characters in your group,
Yeah.
right?
It is a spell you could use solely as your attack in the whole game. If that
Yeah.
was you could just rely on it as your one attack spell for the rest of the game. So Thodun, you don't necessarily need to take another attack spell. You could just say, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at level 4.
Yeah.
And it's still great.
Totally did as well. That was sort of
Obviously, as a cantrip, it's good because the cantrips level with you, which is great. And Toll the Dead is a great cantrip. Because it's not a roll, though, it's a saving throw. That's why I like it. Because you want to have an attack roll attack and you want a saving throw attack if you can have them. Definitely want 2 options. Sorry, but anyways, your wrap up chat, please. Carry on.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. The whole Guiding Bolt into the Vanguard attack into obviously the double crit, essentially the crit.
Mhm.
I can actually picture my character doing the movement, throwing the bolt up to sort of flashbang the character, obviously the giant, and then everybody else sort of piling on top of that.
Mhm.
and taking advantage of that. So visually, I could see that.
Yeah, and that's like half the fun of the game, right? Is when you go,
Yeah.
man, this looks cool as shit in my head, right? That's the fun bit. Because it is cool, you kind of basically blinding that guy, be like, oh no, what the hell's this, bright light now? And then that throwing him off balance to Vanguard being like, now's Eltrish's chance, curse him!
Yeah.
And then obviously he curses the big guy, and then Eltrish just absolutely wails on him, which is great, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage in that one turn.
This is the sort of stuff that I love to see and I love to hear about and to be a part of. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, because now, like, you are part of that. And technically, you did technically get partial credit for that kill of the first giant the second time. So,
yeah.
Yep. Because immediately I was like, my instinct when it was like, can we resurrect the giant? I'm like, my instinct was like, I think you can, but I'm like, I don't see actually why you can't. Right?
Yeah.
But remember I told you that weird GM instinct is to say, how does that not work? That's an immediate GM instinct people always have to try and like push to the side. I think as well, how do you feel mechanically about your character? Obviously we had a bit of a weird faux pas with your Sleet Storm, but those are good to have, as we've discussed. But how do you feel about what we've built Thoden like? Because I mean, you did take a lot of hits and you are still standing.
Yeah, quite well. Obviously a couple of spells have been thrown my way as well, but
like you took 2 really strong hits and you were standing, and you got to use your Stone's Endurance move as well. Like, you can see the staying power, and you are not halving damage, remember?
Yeah.
I'm
taking the formula into these things and going, ha!
And also, being a healer and having a backup healer in the form of Anger means you can be a bit more selfish with your heals, which is nice. Now you have seen that Tom has like a once per day heal, right, for Eltrys as well, his torque, if he's willing to spend it. It's pretty reasonable, like 4d4 plus 4 is good. Because at least it's 5 health you're getting back minimum, or 20 max, so that is nice. But it means you can be like, maybe I will just heal myself this turn and not feel bad about it. Because I know as a healer before, I've been like, I feel like I'm in danger, but I know they need the health, but I also don't want to die because then I can't give them health if I'm not able to cast. It's a tricky balance, but luckily you've got options now. And there's also Flea Bite. It just doesn't do healing. Yeah. Maybe one day. Maybe you'll multi-class into something. If you kill them, you'll get their soul. Oh dear. Anything else, bud?
Probably stealing for Thomas as well, but yeah, thanks for having us, as always.
No, it's been good to have you. It's been nice to see, again, another cleric in the mix. It's good. I love the cleric spell list, full stop. It's one of the best collections of spells in the game. If you look at all the lists, they're so good. Like, some highlights in particular, Spiritual Weapon is such a great spell.
I've been seeing that Spiritual Weapon, I've been looking at it, and I'm thinking,
legit,
when can I use it?
It's legit an amazing spell because you just throw out a buddy that starts stabbing or smacking people. It's great.
Yeah.
Other spells to look into as well, Guardians of Faith is OP. Is it Guardian of Faith? No, sorry, Spirit Guardians, that's the one. Spirit Guardians OP. Guardian of Faith is also OP actually. Guardian of Faith's a higher level one. But yeah. Vanger.
Hey, yes, I
He's already
enjoyed
bailed from Roll20.
Yeah, well, I need to go. It was a nice little session. It was upsetting, of course, the way it worked out. I think Vanguard generally does try and do the right thing in almost all circumstances. And
to be fair, you also with the price though, right? So I think it's fair.
Yeah, I mean, he genuinely would have liked to have come to a peaceable resolution, even if it does mean blowing a useful spell slot and owing a few hundred golden gems. It's that doesn't bother him. And so it's it's a little disappointing the way it worked out. But it worked out. We made it through the encounter. As I say, it would have been a preference to make it through peaceably, but we didn't really have the tools at our disposal with only one of us speaking giant, and it was sort of an awkward sort of like relay race communicating with
I suppose on the plus side though, you had someone that spoke giant.
Yeah. It could have been worse, absolutely.
Yeah.
I Vanger. Did Vanger do a single attack that fight?
No, you just doubled other people's damage, which was great, and
Yeah,
healed them,
yeah.
which is kind of like great, right?
He can do a little bit of damage. He's not completely without damage potential, but that's not really what he's for.
The thing is, you can also give yourself things like you could do like a 2-turn setup of a
Oh, yeah.
guiding bolt, because you can take guiding bolt, right? As your cleric side, and then throw in some of your own channel divinity for yourself. It's not bad as a combo.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a setup, obviously.
It's definitely. I mean, it's something that might be hard to get off when you have like one big thing in everyone's face that everyone's going to be targeting. Thing.
I'm gonna give you a hint. This was the bottom of the mountain, so you might get a chance to chill with that later.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
We'll find out. Anyway, yeah. It was a good one. It was mostly combat, but we did
Yeah.
have a little bit of story there with trying to sort of reason with
Yeah.
them and what have you. And I liked getting to do that just because it gets to sort of show who Vanger is.
And it feels like these are people, not just playing a video game, right? It does feel like these are able to be like, right, let us, try and negotiate. And it was good. I'm just really amazed nobody thought to think, is he telling the truth? Do we think he's going to do this, or should we just murder him? Like, yeah, remember, he's can always ask to incite people.
Yeah.
Especially if you think you've got a reason to not believe them. I'd prefer if there was a reason rather than just I want to incite everybody I ever speak to. Like unless you're playing Poirot, like it might be a hard sell on that one.
Anyway, yeah. So thank you for running that.
Indeed, thank you all for playing. And yeah, thank you everybody that watched so far. We got some nice XP, nice wee journey towards the next level as well. And I mean, Barris hasn't stopped you yet, which is good. So on to level 2. No, I'm kidding. Thank you everybody for playing. Goodbye everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.